Apocalypse, the campus Belle turns into a zombie and confesses her love to me. Chapter 1, Apocalypse Survival Game. After a burst of blinding light, Zhang Chen was stunned by the scene before him. He was standing on a wide 8-lane road. On either side of the street were towering high-rise buildings. Several cars were overturned, scattered across the road as if a terrifying traffic accident had just occurred. In the distance, giant red vines were wrapping around the buildings, with dense clusters of leaves trembling without wind. What made Zhang Chen feel the most uneasy was the fact that there were hundreds of zombies standing around him. They had vacant stares, pale skin, and some even had visible purple veins. Blood pooled on the ground in streams, and there were corpses gnawed beyond recognition. The air was thick with the nauseating stench of blood, making him feel like he was going to vomit. Am I in an apocalypse? But why aren't these zombies eating me? Zhang Chen stood frozen, too afraid to move, worried that the zombies, who were frozen in time, would suddenly spring to life and attack him. If that happened, he would definitely be done for. Welcome to the end of the world, initiate the reincarnation game. Suddenly, a voice echoed in Zhang Chen's mind. Then, a world map unlike any other appeared before him. In the world map Zhang Chen was familiar with, a large portion of it was covered by oceans, with a few continents floating atop. But here, the entire surface of the planet was nearly all land, with oceans that looked more like giant lakes scattered throughout. This isn't Earth. This is water blue star, with a surface area 1,000 times that of Earth. There are about 10,000 times as many towns as on Earth. The cultural and technological development is highly similar to Earth's civilization. This world has been overrun by zombies and various mutated creatures. Surviving is your only goal. The voice, indifferent and devoid of emotion, continued its explanation. Please remember the following points for survival in the apocalypse. 1. The whole world is shrouded by a special energy. Killing zombies and mutated creatures to collect energy will boost your own abilities. Sometimes, this is more advantageous than relying on firearms. 2. Natural water sources have been contaminated, and unpurified water could kill you. 3. Not all mutated flora and fauna are harmful. Some of them can be eaten, and their meat fruits even have strengthening effects. 4. There are many scattered supply boxes around the world. You may find unexpected valuable items inside. 5. Everyone has a space ring, which can be upgraded by consuming energy to increase storage space. It is an essential companion for survival, but also something that other survivors will covet. 6. Use your gathering skill wisely to quickly collect items from zombies and mutated creatures. 7. Every night, zombies and mutated creatures become more active. It is advised to find a safe and stable shelter. 8. Currently, the mutation levels of zombies and mutated creatures have been suppressed. The suppression power decreases every 30 days. Prepare in advance. Warning. The game will begin in 5 minutes. Adjusting gravity parameters. Constructing game world. Restarting city power grid. Activating remote auction and trading function. Opening chat channel. Modifying human adaptability. After the game prompt ended, the rest were just useless pieces of information. Zhang Chen was standing on the road, thinking about the upcoming game. Once the zombies started moving, there wouldn't be enough meat on him to satisfy all of them. He had to find a safe place quickly. But, where should he hide? Who knew if the stores around had zombies inside? How many of them were there? Finding a safe place to hide within 5 minutes was no easy task. Zhang Chen hesitated as he looked at a restaurant by the roadside. Many of the shops had gruesome bloodstains at the door, but this one was clean. Perhaps it was a good hiding place. Just as he was about to approach, a prompt box appeared next to the restaurant. The restaurant has 27 hungry zombies. If you rush in, they will feast on you. Zhang Chen was startled. What was this? A prompt? He quickly glanced at the district chat channel. Where is this? Why are there so many zombies? Can anyone tell me what's going on? I'm so scared, my legs are trembling, I can barely walk. There are zombies everywhere. I'm afraid there are more behind the door. I'm hiding in the wardrobe, but things aren't much better here. I don't know if there are zombies in the room. I'm on a bus, is anyone near me? I'm on the rooftop. There are no zombies nearby, but I'm about to dry up from the sun. What do I do? I'm too scared to use the safety passage. Everyone was chatting, seeking help and encouraging each other, but no one mentioned seeing the prompts. So, I'm the only one who can see the prompt. Zhang Chen quickly turned his gaze to a nearby small supermarket. Sure enough, another prompt appeared. The supermarket has 6 zombies and some bottled water. If you have a suitable weapon and are agile enough, you might be able to fight for it. This one's not an option either. Zhang Chen knew his own strength, he was just an ordinary person. Fighting 6 zombies at once and coming out unscathed was impossible. His eyes quickly landed on a nearby real estate agency. Congratulations! This place has no zombies and even has a level 1 supply box. No zombies. And a supply box. This is it. Zhang Chen quickly checked the zombies around him. The same prompt appeared again. Zombies in a static state cannot move or be killed. Remaining time, for minutes 26 seconds. Zhang Chen estimated the distance to the real estate agency was only about 30 meters. He could definitely make it in 10 seconds and close the door behind him. There were 4 minutes left. This time wasn't he for chatting or daydreaming, he had to act. Zhang Chen quickly scanned the surrounding zombies. Soon, his gaze was drawn to a bomb squad police zombie. Chapter 2, Level 1 Supply Box. The riot police zombie was wearing black riot gear, a steel helmet, and holding a reinforced shield in its hand. Zhang Chen rushed over and quickly snatched the riot helmet off its head. Sure enough, the prompt stated that these zombies could neither move nor be killed. However, that didn't mean their belongings couldn't be taken. Zhang Chen examined the reinforced helmet. It was extremely sturdy and clean inside. The zombies here might look terrifying, but they were not the grotesque, decaying types. If they were that kind of zombie, Zhang Chen would never dare take anything from them. What if he got infected? As long as he didn't get bitten or scratched by these zombies, there was no risk of infection. Zhang Chen put the helmet on his head, then reached for the reinforced riot shield in the zombie's hand. The zombie was frozen, and its fingers were stiff in place. Zhang Chen struggled for a while before successfully prying the shield from the zombie's hand. Afterward, he searched the body and found a tear gas grenade. There was nothing else of interest. Looking around, he saw more regular zombies nearby, nothing particularly special. About a dozen meters away, there was another zombie wearing riot gear. He could vaguely see a revolver in its hand. However, the countdown to the start of the game had already appeared in front of Zhang Chen. 59. 58. 57. Time was running out. Running over to grab the gun would be too risky. In a post-apocalyptic world, it's best to develop cautiously and avoid unnecessary risks. Zhang Chen made a mental note of the riot zombies' location and the surrounding area. Then, without hesitation, he rushed toward the real estate office. The prompt still appeared in front of him: there are no zombies inside, and there is a level 1 supply box. Bang! Zhang Chen rushed into the office and immediately locked the glass door behind him. He grabbed a half-empty bottle of purified water from the desk. This water had already been drunk by someone else, meaning it was contaminated. Zhang Chen couldn't drink it, but it could still be useful. He quickly poured the water evenly across the glass door. Then, he grabbed a flyer from the desk and quickly stuck it to the door. As soon as the last part of the door was covered with the flyer, the countdown reached 0. In an instant, a cacophony of zombie wails echoed all around. The sound was terrifying. Roar, hiss. Oh. A few zombies aimlessly shuffled past the real estate office door, their bodies twitching sporadically. They didn't notice that there were still humans inside. Woo, finally safe. Zhang Chen took 2 steps back and collapsed onto the sofa. It was then that he noticed something. The adrenaline rush had caused his hands to tremble uncontrollably. His legs also felt a little weak. With zombies flooding the streets outside, it would be a lie to say he wasn't scared. This was his first time facing zombies, and the fact that he could remain this calm was already a huge achievement. As he tried to calm his pounding heart, he opened the chat channel. The previously fast-scrolling regional chat channel had suddenly quieted down. Although people were still chatting, it wasn't the same frantic pace as before. Messages now stayed on the screen for 3 or 4 seconds before being gradually pushed out. This meant people had already started dying at the very beginning of the game. And the number of deaths wasn't small. What's going on? I see all the zombies on the street have come to life. They are swarming like a tide. It's terrifying. Damn, I just hid in an apartment. These zombies run so fast, I barely made it in time. I'm on the 5th floor. I saw a survivor try to grab a box of purified water from a car's trunk, but he was too slow. The zombies tore him apart. That scene. Isn't this a game? How could someone get torn apart? Shouldn't they just disappear or something? I feel like this is just a gamified world, but if the zombies catch you, you die for real. The death is the same as in reality. What kind of game is this? It's like entering an apocalypse world to die. I don't want to die. Anyone want to lead me? The last message was from a girl. The regional chat channel displayed messages from survivors in Zhang Chen's city. Each message included the speaker's 3D avatar, along with their name, height, weight, and other basic information. If this were just a normal game, many people would rush to help the girl. But under these circumstances, everyone was just trying to survive on their own. No one dared to offer help. Most people were sharing their experiences or asking for assistance. There was no useful information. Zhang Chen hadn't intended to post in the chat. Did they really think this was just a game? This was the apocalypse. A world where people would fight to the death over resources. The more you speak in the chat, the more you expose your information. That made it easy for other survivors with ill intentions to find you. Until Zhang Chen became stronger, it was best to stay low and stay hidden. After taking a few moments to recover, Zhang Chen confirmed that the zombies outside wouldn't break in. He had blocked the glass door with a flyer, and now it was like a wall to the zombies. It was safe for now. Zhang Chen remembered the prompt mentioned a level 1 supply box in this room. He stood up and looked around. The real estate office was very small, only 1 floor. As soon as you entered, there was a sofa, a coffee table, and a reception area. There was also an office at the back. The total area of the 2 rooms combined was only about 60 square meters. Zhang Chen walked into the office and found the level 1 supply box, about the size of a suitcase, in the corner. As soon as his hand touched the box, a prompt popped up. Do you want to open it immediately? Yes, no. Yes. The box responded, and he opened it. Inside, there was a fire axe, a basic physical enhancement potion, and a 500 milliliters bottle of purified water. Suddenly, Zhang Chen remembered his space ring. The ring was dark green and almost seemed to grow on the middle finger of his left hand. With a thought, Zhang Chen activated the ring. His personal space immediately appeared. There were 12 slots in total, each capable of holding a single type of item. Items could be stacked without a quantity limit. Currently, 2 of the slots were occupied. The first slot contained a can of luncheon meat weighing 1 pound. The second slot contained a 500 milliliters bottle of drinking water. Zhang Chen put the riot shield, the reinforced helmet, the fire axe, the tear gas grenade, and the newly found purified water into the space. In an instant, 6 slots were filled, leaving 6 remaining. The slot with the drinking water now showed a count of 2. This meant he had 2 bottles of water in total. Chapter 3, Primary Physique Potion. Zhang Chen focused his attention on the syringe in his hand, filled with yellow liquid. The primary physique potion could enhance one's physical condition to an exceptionally strong state. The physique levels for regular survivors were divided into 5 tiers: weak, average, strong, exceptionally strong, and human limit. Once a survivor reached the human limit, they would enter the awakened stage. The evolutionary stage had its own classification system, but it couldn't be viewed at the moment. However, it allowed for unlocking extraordinary abilities through talent activation. Currently, Zhang Chen was in the average survivor physique tier. Since this potion directly elevated one's physique to the exceptionally strong tier, regardless of their current condition, the earlier it was used, the better. Even if Zhang Chen started exercising every day to improve his strength to the strong tier, injecting the potion would still push him to the exceptionally strong tier. So, there was no need for further delay. Use it now. Zhang Chen's hands seemed to naturally know how to find a vein for an injection. With practiced movements, he slowly pushed the yellow liquid into his veins. In an instant, a burning sensation spread throughout his circulatory system, coursing through his limbs and bones. The muscles felt like they were tearing and expanding, causing Zhang Chen unbearable pain. But he gritted his teeth and held back the scream. There were thousands of zombies outside on the street. If he screamed now, he would definitely attract them, and nothing could save him. After about 5 or 6 minutes, the intense heat slowly faded, and Zhang Chen felt a wave of relaxation wash over him. His senses seemed sharper, and his body was filled with power. He swung the fire axe in his hand. What once felt like a heavy tool now seemed weightless in his grip. His hearing also seemed more sensitive. He suddenly heard a faint voice calling for help, a voice that seemed to be halfway through a sentence and suddenly pierced his ears. Is anyone there to help? Me? Don't come closer. You monsters. Is anyone nearby? Judging by the pauses in the sentences, the person had been shouting for a while. But before using the potion, Zhang Chen's hearing wasn't sharp enough to catch it. Only now could he pick up on the voice. Zhang Chen carefully listened. The voice was coming from outside the window. He moved to the window, standing cautiously to one side rather than in front of it. Any action that might draw attention from zombies was foolish. Peeking around the corner, Zhang Chen saw that the back of the real estate agency faced a residential neighborhood. The person shouting was roughly 100 meters away, standing atop a rain shelter above an apartment building's door. She was wearing a form-fitting, low-cut dress. It seemed she was attending some event when she was transported here. Everyone's appearance remained the same when they were transported to this world as when they were in the previous one. Before arriving, Zhang Chen had been in sportswear, and so, when he was transported, he still wore the same clothes. Without the sneakers, he wouldn't have been able to cover such a distance in just a few seconds. But the woman, in her dress and high heels, was clearly ill-suited for this kind of environment. She was in danger of spraining her ankle on uneven ground, and surviving in this extreme post-apocalyptic world would be a death sentence for her. The most fatal part was that she had originally been in a safe position. However, after her screams, she attracted the zombies that had been wandering the neighborhood, and now she had become their target. 7 or 8 zombies had gathered in front of the apartment door, craning their necks, reaching out their arms, and growling lowly. What a foolish woman! Does she not know that making noise attracts zombies? Though, this seems like an opportunity. Zhang Chen observed for a while. The zombies were completely focused on the woman's screams. Facing the apartment door, their backs were toward Zhang Chen. It was a good opportunity for an ambush. But Zhang Chen wasn't sure if the zombies here were like the ones he'd seen in movies, sensitive to both sound and vision. Could they also detect humans by scent? If they could, then making a move would surely be a fatal mistake. In this post-apocalyptic world, with only one life to live, caution was key. As Zhang Chen was carefully evaluating the situation, another prompt appeared. Zombies are sensitive to sharp sounds. Now is the perfect time to strike. The prompt answered his question. Since the system said it was fine, Zhang Chen decided to act. This was a chance to take down 7 or 8 zombies in one go. The system had previously stated that killing zombies and mutated creatures would yield energy crystals that could enhance one's strength. Opportunities like this couldn't be missed. Zhang Chen thought for a moment, then equipped the ballistic helmet, riot shield, and fire axe. He moved to the back door of the real estate agency. The front door was a glass door facing the street. The back door was a security door leading into the residential neighborhood. The security door was old, and if opened too quickly, it would produce a sharp metal screech. The prompt appeared just in time. Zhang Chen grabbed the door handle, took a deep breath, and carefully pushed the door open just a crack. Squeak! A metallic sound of the door rubbing against the slightly warped frame echoed. Luckily, the sound wasn't too loud. Even so, the zombies in the distance paused briefly before being drawn back to the woman's continuous shouting. Phew! That was close. Just a light push and the zombies were almost alerted. Had he pushed the door open forcefully, the sound would have echoed through the empty residential area. He might have been surrounded and trapped next. Thankfully, the prompt helped. With experience now, Zhang Chen continued to slowly open the door just enough to slip through. He squeezed through the gap. Hey, I'm here. Help me. The woman had been shouting tiredly before, but upon seeing Zhang Chen, she immediately resumed her desperate screams. With that loud voice, she was sure to attract the zombies even more. Zhang Chen immediately gave a thumbs up in response, signaling that he had heard her. Not wasting any time, he held the riot shield in his left hand and the fire axe in his right. He stayed alert, scanning his surroundings as he moved forward rapidly. Soon, he reached the back of the zombie group. Be careful. Make sure you don't get grabbed by these zombies. I've seen zombie movies. If you're bitten or scratched, you'll become a zombie too. The woman continued to scream loudly. Zhang Chen ignored her. His focus was entirely on the zombies ahead. He had to strike fast and kill efficiently. With that thought, Zhang Chen shielded himself with the riot shield, raised his fire axe, and with a powerful swing, aimed for the nearest zombie's head. Chapter 4, The Access Card. Poochie. The zombie's head was instantly sliced off by half, and various disgusting liquids splashed out. The zombie then collapsed to the ground. Zhang Chen was somewhat surprised by the power of his strike. He hadn't realized that his body had been enhanced to such an extent. Zhang Chen had cooked at home and even chopped bones before. It required a lot of force, and you needed a cleaver to barely cut through bones. The skull is one of the toughest bones in the human body, so chopping it off directly with a knife or axe is incredibly difficult. Furthermore, zombies aren't like stationary objects, they move their heads around. If this were before, Zhang Chen would never have dared to strike so recklessly. Any slight misjudgment could result in the axe getting stuck in the skull, leading to a disastrous outcome. But now, Zhang Chen's physical strength was exceptionally strong. Chopping off a zombie's head was like slicing through vegetables. One hit, and the zombie was dead. R. The woman, frightened by the bloody scene, screamed even louder. Poochie! 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 Zhang Chen repeated his method. With quick, sharp blows, he chopped down on the zombies, one after another. In no time, he had taken down 5 zombies. The remaining 2 zombies had now noticed Zhang Chen's presence. One of them, a female zombie, lunged toward him first. Zhang Chen lowered his head, using his helmet to protect his head. He pressed his shoulder against the riot shield and forcefully rammed into the female zombie, sending her flying into the wall. Then, he swiftly kicked the other zombie to the ground and swung his axe. Poochie! Red and white liquids sprayed everywhere. Hiss! R. The female zombie charged again. Zhang Chen wasn't afraid of a one-on-one fight. He used the riot shield to push the zombie's chin, creating a small gap, and then brought down his axe with a sharp swing. The axe split the zombie's skull in half. Woo, the last one is dealt with. Zhang Chen let out a sigh of relief. It wasn't too difficult to kill these zombies, but the real challenge was surviving when fighting so many of them at once and still being unharmed. If this were before, Zhang Chen would have been exhausted and out of breath after repeatedly swinging the axe 7 or 8 times. Now, he wasn't even winded. It was incredibly easy. At this point, the bodies of the zombies displayed translucent, collect, text. Collect. Zhang Chen thought, and his hand reached out toward the nearest zombie corpse. Instantly, the body disappeared. You have collected a zombie corpse and obtained an energy crystal core 1, lighter 1, mutated fertilizer 3. Mutated fertilizer can accelerate the growth of crops. 10 of the same quality can be combined into a higher level fertilizer. Zhang Chen looked at the mutated fertilizer in his storage space. It was just a lump of rotten meat, probably collected from the zombies. He grimaced. Fortunately, there was no smell or residue in the storage space, otherwise, Zhang Chen would never have stored such items there. He then moved his hand to the next zombie corpse. One by one, he quickly collected them. You have collected a zombie corpse and obtained an energy crystal core 1, car key 1, mutated fertilizer 3. You have collected a zombie corpse and obtained a room key 1, unit door access card 1, mutated fertilizer 2. You have collected a zombie corpse and obtained an energy crystal core 1, mutated fertilizer 5. In total, Zhang Chen had collected 8 zombie corpses. After checking, he found that he had obtained mutated fertilizer 30. Energy crystal core 3. Car key 1. Room key 1. Unit door access card 1. Lighter 2. Otherworldly paper money 325 yuan. 7 items in total. It turned out that collecting meant obtaining useful parts from the zombies and any undamaged personal items they had. However, energy crystal cores weren't guaranteed to drop. Zhang Chen checked again to make sure there were no other zombies lurking in the shadows. Only then did he lean against the locked unit door and begin to inspect his spoils. Mutated fertilizer can accelerate the growth of crops and livestock. 10 mutated fertilizers can be combined into one fast growth fertilizer. Energy crystal core can be used to increase your physical strength. Current upgrade progress 0-100. Apart from these 2 items, the others such as the lighter, access card, room key, and car key didn't have any special descriptions because they were common items. The lighter was self-explanatory. However, the last three items, if they didn't correspond to a specific unit, room, or vehicle, were essentially useless. Just then, another prompt appeared before Zhang Chen. Car key, a key for a patriotic brand off-road vehicle. You might want to try your luck in the underground parking lot. Access card for Unit 2 of Building 3. Room key for Room 2 on the 5th floor of Unit 2 in Building 3. Cash, you can buy packaged food from vending machines with this. Their shelf life is much longer than you'd think. Hiss. Seeing these thoughtful hints in the prompt, Zhang Chen's mood lifted considerably. Without the prompt, these items would have been useless. But with the information provided, Zhang Chen could potentially get a vehicle, find a safe shelter, and even discover food and water. There was no need to store these items in the ring's storage space. Zhang Chen simply put them in his pockets and headed toward Building 3. Hey, help me down. The woman yelled after Zhang Chen's retreating figure. You're not going to leave me here, are you? But Zhang Chen ignored her. His priority was survival. Having a safe shelter, food, and water was the most important thing right now. He only had one can of luncheon meat and two 500 milliliters bottles of water, enough for at most half a day, and with the intense zombie fighting, the consumption would be even greater. He was already struggling to take care of himself, so why bring a woman along? More people meant more mouths to feed. Moreover, this woman screamed so loudly at the sight of zombies that she practically acted like a walking zombie beacon. There was no way she could be brought along. As for anything related to men and women, if he couldn't even fill his stomach, how could he think about such things? Better to save energy for killing zombies. Zhang Chen arrived directly at the door of Unit 2, Building 3. The unit door was made of reinforced glass and alloy steel, very thick and sturdy. Without the access card, it would be impossible to pry open this kind of door. Ding! Zhang Chen swiped the access card. To his surprise, the building still had power. The red indicator light on the door turned green immediately, and with a click, the door unlocked. Chapter 5 made a small fortune. Zhang Chen could see the situation inside through the glass of the unit door. There were no zombies on the first floor, so it was safe. He quickly slipped into the unit door. Then he gently closed the door. Click! There was another dull lock sound. Zhang Chen nervously protected the explosion-proof shield in front of his chest, and held the axe tightly in his right hand, to prevent zombies from suddenly rushing up from unexpected places. Building 3 is a Western-style house with only 5 floors at the highest, and no elevator. After entering the unit door, there is a 5 or 6 meter passage, and then there are 4 steps of stairs. There are 2 households on the first floor. The household facing the stairs has its door closed, and there are many bloody handprints on it. The blood stains have dried up, and it looks very creepy. The door of the next door has a gap of more than 10 centimeters. There is an obvious blood trail on the ground, extending from the corridor to the room. There are 2 hungry zombies in the room welcoming you. The prompt appeared again. Now Zhang Chen has 2 choices. One is to close the door directly. In this way, even if there are zombies inside, they will not pose any threat to him, because zombies will not open the door. As long as you are locked in the room, you will be completely trapped. The second choice is to rush in and kill the zombies. Zhang Chen chose the second one without hesitation, because he was short of food and water. Any room that can be searched cannot be missed. Zombies are scary, but as long as you don't encounter a group of zombies, Zhang Chen is still very confident that he can kill them. But if there is no water, he will die in 7 days at most. And in the case of dehydration, the combat effectiveness will also be greatly reduced. Let's fight! In order to prevent zombies from attacking from behind in the corridor, Zhang Chen immediately closed the door of the room after entering the door. There was a bang. Ho, ho. 2 zombies came out slowly from the bedroom and bathroom respectively. Huh? They were hiding in 2 directions. Fortunately, I didn't think of a sneak attack. It would be no joke if I was attacked from both sides. The moment the 2 zombies found Zhang Chen, they were suddenly activated from the slow wandering state. They rushed over with a strange cry. The speed was so fast. In less than a second, the 2 zombies hit Zhang Chen's explosion-proof shield one after another. The combat power of these zombies seemed to be stronger than I imagined. Zhang Chen held up the explosion-proof shield and his body suddenly moved to the side. His movements were extremely fast. Before the zombies could react, Zhang Chen had already used the explosion-proof shield to pin them against the security door from behind. Die. Zhang Chen swung the axe. Puff, puff. Two sounds. Two zombies fell to the ground. A real fight is often decided in a split second. There is almost no such thing as in TV dramas where you can fight back and forth and it is hard to tell who is the winner. Because this is not a martial arts competition. Zhang Chen had only one thought in his mind, which was to kill the zombies as soon as possible. Similarly, the zombies were also intent on infecting Zhang Chen. In this life and death situation, you must do your best when you attack. And if you get a chance to attack, you must kill. Any hesitation will cost you your life. After solving these two zombies, Zhang Chen let out a long sigh, squatted down, stretched out his hand to the zombies' bodies, and collected the bodies of these two zombies. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 energy crystal core, 2 clean cloths, and 3 mutant fertilizers. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 3 clean cloths and 2 mutant fertilizers. Clean cloth can enhance the defense of clothes. After obtaining the sewing drawings, you can make clothes. It seems that this is also a kind of material. Zhang Chen stored all the clean cloths, energy crystal cores and mutant fertilizers in the storage space. These materials can be stacked. When placed in the space, they will automatically be piled up with the previous materials. Continue to collect materials. The anti-theft doors in the community in this world are stronger than those in the original Earth world. Not to mention that they are made of pure steel, and the door opens outwards, but there is no door handle on the door. Unless you use a key to open it, if you want to chop it with an axe, the loud noise will easily attract zombies, and the hard collision will also cause huge damage to the axe blade. Once the axe is rolled and there is no weapon, that is the worst. What's more, even so, such a solid steel security door may not be able to be smashed open. It is almost impossible for other survivors to open the door and enter the room. So Zhang Chen cherishes the opportunity to enter the room to collect. He must search carefully. Zhang Chen rushed into the kitchen as soon as possible. Food and water, these are what Zhang Chen needs most at the moment. This apartment has 3 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 bathroom and 1 kitchen. 2 bedrooms, 1 study. There is also an open kitchen. Zhang Chen opened all the cabinet doors in the kitchen. Only a few bottles of unopened seasonings were found inside. Everything else was shown to be expired. Including rice, flour and other food reserves, all turned green. There are also strange red spotted mushrooms growing on them. These foods are expired. If you eat 1 bite, you will see a villain, and if you eat 2 bites, your soul will return to your hometown. The prompt popped up again. In fact, this time, even if there is no prompt reminder, Zhang Chen could tell that this thing was inedible. He opened the refrigerator again. All the food in the refrigerator was opened, and it was unknown whether it was contaminated by the virus. Only 2 bottles of beer were sealed and not expired. The production date on them was October 15, 2012. Shelf life, 20 years. Hiss. Such a long shelf life. In Zhang Chen's impression, the shelf life of beer on Earth is only about 2 years. Some even have a shelf life of only 6 months. The shelf life of beer here can reach 20 years. Zhang Chen quickly glanced at the calendar on the wall. The page above was frozen in December 2012. This means that the virus broke out in December 2012 in this world. Zhang Chen reached out and wiped the dining table. There was a thin layer of dust on his fingers. According to the thickness of the dust, only a few months have passed. No more than a year at most. It's quite scary to say. In less than a year, the virus destroyed the entire civilization on the blue water planet. Zhang Chen still remembers the system prompt at the beginning of the Apocalypse game. Now these zombies are just the result of system suppression. Every 30 days, the suppression effect will weaken. Until these mutant creatures return to their original terrifying appearance. Survive, become stronger. There is no time to lose. Zhang Chen opened the freezer on the bottom of the refrigerator again. Here he found a large piece of frozen meat, weighing 5 or 6 pounds. It's a profit. There is meat to eat and wine to drink. These foods can at least help him hold on for 3 or 4 days. Chapter 6 Fast in the chat channel. Zhang Chen flipped through it again and found a big box of ice cream. A box of 20 cream ice creams. Although this thing cannot be eaten as a meal, it contains a high amount of sugar after all. It can barely be used as energy in extraordinary times. All stored in the storage space. Only one seasoning in the kitchen, soy sauce, was selected and put into the storage space. Then all kinds of kitchen knives, fruit knives and other knives were also put into the space. Before leaving, Zhang Chen went to the bedroom and opened the closet. Sure enough, it was as he expected. All the clothes in the closet can be collected. Collect. Ding. Congratulations on collecting clean cloth 120. When leaving room 102, Zhang Chen did not lock the door. Instead, he left the door open and followed the stairs all the way to the 5th floor. Along the way, all the doors of the rooms were closed. Occasionally, the roar of zombies could be heard from some rooms. And the harsh friction sound of nails scratching the metal security door. There were only 2 zombies in the stairwell, and Zhang Chen easily solved them. Recovered 2 energy crystal cores, 5 mutant fertilizers, and 173 yuan in cash. Walked all the way to the 5th floor. Zhang Chen took a deep breath. All the threats along the way were eliminated. This is the only place left. I hope there will be no surprise here. He didn't rush to insert the key into the door lock. Instead, he stared at the security door intently. Sure enough, after a while, a line of prompts slowly emerged. There are no zombies in this room, it's very clean, suitable for a temporary base. Safe. Zhang Chen then took out the key and opened the door of room 502. It's convenient to have a prompt, at least you don't have to risk your life to face all kinds of unknowns. Comfortable. After entering the room, the door was closed with a bang. The sound insulation of the room is very good. Just when Zhang Chen closed the door, the faint roars of zombies echoing in the corridor disappeared. Everything was extremely quiet. Zhang Chen searched every room one by one. Including the closet, under the bed, and every corner, he searched carefully. Confirmed that there were no zombies in the room. Then he let down his guard and slumped down on the sofa. Surviving in the end of the world, be careful. After several battles, Zhang Chen felt a little tired. This kind of fatigue is caused by excessive mental tension, not physical fatigue. With his physical strength, he would not be tired after killing so many zombies. After resting for about 10 minutes, he recovered a lot. Zhang Chen began to look at the room carefully. This is a room for a family of 3. A large wedding photo is hung above the bed in the bedroom. Humans on the blue water star are similar to those on Earth, and their cultural development is not much different. There is an empty baby bed in the side bedroom. The whole room was cleaned very clean, without any bloodstains. There was even a faint fragrance in the air. Let's just treat this place as a shelter for now. Zhang Chen put the unopened soy sauce in the kitchen. Put all the frozen ice cream and food in the freezer of the refrigerator to save grids for storage space. Now there are canned luncheon meat, 2 purified water, 2 canned beer, 50 mutant fertilizers, 125 clean cloths, explosion-proof shields, tempered helmets, fire axe, 2 kitchen knives, and 1 fruit knife in the space ring. These have already occupied 10 grids of space. If the frozen meat and ice cream just now are also counted, the storage ring space is just full. This is not counting the lighters, keys, cash and other miscellaneous things in the trouser pockets. Hiss. 12 grids of storage space, it seems a bit insufficient. The main reason is that there are too many things that can be collected in this world. And the types are very diverse. It would be nice if the backpack space could be increased. Thinking of this, Zhang Chen opened the chat channel. Who has water? I just ran for almost a kilometer to avoid zombies. I ran out of water and I'm so thirsty. Is anyone near Xinglin Hospital? I'm trapped in the doctor's office on the 5th floor of the inpatient department. Who can save me? I just killed a zombie and collected an energy crystal core. Who wants it? Exchange it for food or water. Freebies are not allowed. Fuck, the guy upstairs is so awesome that he dares to kill zombies. I spent a lot of time to kill a zombie, but he gave me a bunch of mutant fertilizers. So unlucky. I don't have any weapons in my hand. I can only run when I see zombies. I'm so pitiful. Stay together for warmth. Let's unite to form a survivor camp. We can help each other. Suddenly, a man named Zhang Hao called. Looking at his appearance, he is a gentle and refined person who looks like a college student. Everyone can chat with me privately about their location. Since this is a regional chat channel, I guess everyone is not too far away. We gather together little by little, share resources and capabilities, and only unity can fight against zombies. The power of one person is limited, but the power of a team is infinite. Please unite. Zhang Chen frowned when he saw Zhang Hao's speech. Zhang Hao's starting point for this idea may be good, but it is a bit too idealistic. There are only two situations in which people can form a group: one is a strong alliance, and the other is a weak alliance. It is almost impossible for a strong and weak alliance to exist. People with strength are rarely willing to bring a burden, and who is willing to give away the food and water they have worked hard to get for nothing? Zhang Chen tends to unite with the strong. After all, only by helping each other can strength advance by leaps and bounds. But now the end of the world has just begun, and it takes time for the strong to stand out. So it is not a good decision to unite now. As for the weak alliance, let alone a group of people who have problems with survival, just keep each other warm. What's more, there is another disadvantage of Zhang Haoran's doing this. That is to expose the position of other survivors. Now it is the end of the world with extremely scarce supplies. Who knows whether it is the rescue organization or the survivors who are taking advantage of the fire? Don't have the intention to harm others, but be on guard against others. Zhang Chen directly ignored Zhang Hao's call. Ding! Wang Jiran put 500 milliliters of drinking water on the shelf. Ding! Wang Jiran put 500 milliliters of drinking water on the shelf. Ding! Wang Jiran put 500 milliliters of drinking water on the shelf. The chat room was instantly flooded with this message. Wang Jiran put about 20 bottles of pure water on the shelf in one breath. Before everyone recovered from the surprise, another series of messages popped up soon. Ding! Wang Jiran put one well-packaged ham sausage on the shelf. Ding! Wang Jiran put one well-packaged ham sausage on the shelf. Ding! Wang Jiran put a well-packaged ham sausage one on the shelf. Similarly, more than 20 messages were sent out like a screen-sweeping screen. Chapter 7: The Right Bet. Fuck, which great god is this? It's so awesome, with both water and ham sausage. I guess this great god just happened to appear in the supermarket, so there are so many supplies. He is really rich. This world is unfair. Why am I in the cubicle of the toilet, while someone is in the supermarket? Hurry up and see what this great god needs, maybe we can exchange it for food. Wang Jiran, great god, check the private chat information, my sister wants to ask for 2 ham sausages. Alas, I don't even dare to go out, and I don't have anything to exchange for food and water with the great god. I'm worried. In fact, many people are like the last person who spoke. It's not easy to survive now. And the birthplace is also random. Looking at the chat information, most of them are outdoors, corridors, and offices. Only a few lucky ones are in residential buildings as soon as they cross over. Those who can be in the supermarket are even more lucky. They are basically in a state of being helped, and there is nothing around them that can be exchanged for food and water. Zhang Chen clicked on the trading channel. Shockingly, he saw all kinds of things hanging on it. It should be that other survivors hung them when Zhang Chen killed zombies before. They are all strange things. What women's underwear, plush toys, empty water bottles, cups, chopsticks, hats. Basically, everything that these survivors can find is hung up. In the hope of accidentally meeting a sucker who will take the useless things they hung up. It's a pity that the most in demand now is food and water. Who would spend resources to exchange for those useless things? So the time these items have been hung up shows that they have been 2 or 3 hours, but not a single one has been sold. Zhang Chen selected food and water in the filter items. Soon, a series of things that Wang Jiran just released appeared in front of him. The conditions for exchange are very harsh. 500 milliliters of pure water requires 1 energy crystal core to exchange. The same is true for well-packaged ham sausages, which require 1 energy crystal core. Energy crystal cores are good things. It is a must-have for improving one's strength. Whoever has a large number of energy crystal cores will be doomed to grow rapidly in strength. If Wang Jiran exchanges all of these 40 or so foods and water for energy crystal cores, it will definitely be enough for him to improve from an ordinary person to a strong survivor. Even if he continues to sell a lot of food and water, it is unknown whether he can improve to an extremely strong survivor in a short period of time. Those who can appear in the regional channel are all nearby survivors, and you may meet them at any time. In the end times, it is difficult to predict the consequences of meeting someone stronger than you, because the final decision is in the hands of the other party. If the strong man is a good person, maybe you can become friends, or at least live in peace. But if the strong man covets the supplies in your ring, then you may only consider yourself unlucky, and even lose your life. Zhang Chen didn't dare to take it for granted that Wang Jiran must be a good person. After all, you only have one life, and you can't afford any mistakes. You must be cautious. Zhang Chen remained calm and continued to observe the regional chat channel. Alas, the food and water hung by the master are too expensive. An energy crystal core is simply robbery. Yes, I was lucky. I killed 2 young zombies and got an energy crystal core. This thing doesn't seem to drop 100%. One energy crystal core can only be exchanged for a bottle of water or a sausage. It's completely a life-saving exchange. It's not cost-effective. Fortunately, I brought a can of luncheon meat and a bottle of water, otherwise I would have been hungry today. Now it's the kingly way to find a way to fight the zombies. If you can't beat the zombies, there will be no resources. Without resources, you can't exchange what you want. After all, it's a dead end. As soon as the last sentence came out, it immediately received a lot of echoes. Yes, there are zombies outside. We can kill them and find some food, but how can we fight with bare hands? Although I am a fighting coach, I would rather use a knife than a fist. If I get a scratch and get infected, it's no joke. Who has a knife? Is there anyone selling knives? Or a hammer or something will do. I have a fruit knife, but I don't dare to kill zombies. I'll give it away for free. Whoever is close to the school can come to the classroom to save me. Looking at the chat information, Zhang Chen couldn't help but smile. Business opportunity is here. Zhang Chen had brought the props downstairs up before, plus the knives in this room. There are 5 kitchen knives and 4 fruit knives in total. Zhang Chen opened the auction transaction interface, chose to put it on the shelf, and in the exchange item, chose canned luncheon meat plus 500 milliliters purified water. All survivors who came through automatically brought a can of luncheon meat and a bottle of purified water. They could definitely afford to exchange these things for weapons. Of course, there wouldn't be many people who dared to take out their initial food and water to exchange for weapons, but there were definitely some. There were only 2 types of such people. One was a survivor who was strong and could fight zombies. By killing a large number of zombies, you could get crystal cores, so you could exchange them for more food and water. A huge profit. There were very few zombies near the second type of survivors, and it was obvious that there was water and food around the zombies. 1 day's food and water in exchange for more food and water. Anyone with a little bit of strength could figure it out. This was definitely a very cost-effective deal. Zhang Chen was betting that such a survivor must exist. In fact, even if the bet was wrong, at most he could change the price and put it back on the shelf, and Zhang Chen would not lose anything. That's it. Ding! Zhang Chen put a sharp kitchen knife on the shelf. Ding! Zhang Chen put a sharp kitchen knife on the shelf. Ding! Zhang Chen put a sharp fruit knife on the shelf. At the same time, some people also keenly noticed that weapons are the most popular products at present. They also put up a long wooden stick, a brick, an ashtray, a chair. It's really weird, everything. Similarly, these people put up things to exchange for food and water. Indeed, using sticks, bricks and ashtrays as weapons is barely acceptable. But chairs, this is a bit too much. Of course, if these weapons were before Zhang Chen put up kitchen knives and fruit knives. It is indeed a helpless choice. Now that there is the option of kitchen knives, who wants those things? Ding! Congratulations on your successful transaction, successfully sold a kitchen knife, and got canned luncheon meat plus pure water. Ding! Congratulations on your successful transaction, successfully sold a kitchen knife, and got canned luncheon meat plus pure water. Ding! Congratulations on your successful transaction, successfully sold a fruit knife, and got canned luncheon meat plus pure water. After about an hour, all the weapons Zhang Chen had hung up were sold out. A total of 9 cans of luncheon meat and 9 purified water were obtained. The ability to survive has been improved again. The bet was right. Chapter 8 Sti des Jiaoxia. It was just as Zhang Chen expected. Zhang Chen was not afraid that someone would quickly kill zombies with a kitchen knife or a fruit knife and grow up to become a threat to him in the future. Because knives will wear out. Especially when you chop the zombies' heads with a kitchen knife. It's not as simple as cutting melons and vegetables as shown in the movies. The kitchen knife is called a kitchen knife because it is used to cut vegetables and meat. There is a special knife for cutting bones, called a bone chopping knife. Although the bone chopping knife is also in the shape of a kitchen knife, it is larger and heavier. If you chop the zombie's head with a kitchen knife, it is easy to get stuck in the skull, and it is also easy to curl the blade. It is basically a consumable. In this way, purified water and ham sausage, which were originally considered the most scarce in the end times, are not as good as Zhang Chen's. Of course, this situation is only temporary. Because Zhang Chen saw the needs of the survivors, he took the lead and made a small profit. But when more and more survivors have the strength to kill zombies and have abundant crystal cores, food and water are still hard currency, there is no doubt about that. After selling weapons, Zhang Chen now has enough money. Decided to see if there is anything he needs in the auction house. This time he did not select, but flipped through a few pages aimlessly. It was still the same as before: women's underwear, hats, down jackets, ceramic bowls, etc. If Zhang Chen was not in the end of the world now. I almost thought I was browsing Taobao Mall. It's true that there is nothing you can't buy if you can't think of it. Zhang Chen flipped through a few pages quickly again, and suddenly an item appeared in front of him. Blood-stained key 5 requires food or water, the price is negotiable. Tianyang City map requires food or water, the price is negotiable. Tianyang University campus distribution map requires food or water, the price is negotiable. These 3 items were sent by the same girl named Zhao Xie. Zhao Xie is a very beautiful girl, wearing a stewardess uniform. A pair of long legs is particularly eye-catching. However, Zhang Chen's focus is not on Zhao Xie's appearance and figure. But he is attracted by her selling items. Key. Zhang Chen's eyes lit up when he saw this thing. He focused his attention on the key. Soon, a prompt box popped up. Blood-stained key. After cleaning, it can open the corresponding room of Tianyang University. The rooms corresponding to the current key are school cafeteria warehouse, security monitoring room, locked female dormitory building, management department teacher office, school medical room. Other rooms are nothing. This cafeteria warehouse may have a lot of well-packaged food. Zhang Chen's eyes lit up. This is definitely a treasure trove. He immediately chatted with Zhao Xie privately. I've seen the things you sent. I want all of them. Name your price. Zhao Xie replied quickly, really? You want all of these? Great. Can I get some water? 1 bottle. Okay. Zhao Xie was obviously a little guilty when she asked this question. The importance of water is self-evident. But the key is useless. Who can accurately know which key is for which door lock in which building? Besides, this is the end of the world. How can zombies wait for you to take the key and try it room by room? As for the Tianyang City map, it is still somewhat useful, but it is not worth much. Because the survival of the survivors in the early stage is a problem. Even if they go out, they are only within 100 meters nearby. They can see what is around at a glance. Why do they need a map? Even if the survivors in the later stage are strong and can travel far, they can get a local map as long as they find a travel agency. So these things of Zhao Xie have been hanging on the auction house for most of the day, and no one is interested. In desperation, she had to look for buyers by hawking. She also knew that the value of these things was not even as great as the tempered glass ashtray on the table. A bottle of water in one breath was a huge ask. But there was no other way. This was the only material she could offer. She had to sell it, otherwise she would have a hard time tomorrow. Zhang Chen shook his head and quickly replied. 1 bottle is too much. I have a small half bottle of water left. If you agree, we can exchange it now. A bottle of water can be exchanged for energy crystal cores. It is really not cost-effective to exchange these. But if there is no container, a bottle of water cannot be traded separately. So Zhang Chen proposed to exchange it with a small half bottle of water, so that both sides can get what they need and the value is equal. Sure enough, not so good. Zhao Xie obviously hesitated for a moment, and said hesitantly. Only half a bottle. And you drank it? This. Zhao Xie studied flight attendant major, just a freshman this year, and has not had a boyfriend yet. I always feel that it is not good for two people to drink a bottle of water. But, now is the end of the world, it is already very good to have something to drink. There is really no capital to be picky. Seeing Zhao Xie's hesitation, Zhang Chen also realized that it might be because his words just now were too direct, so he added, I don't have other empty bottles. Even if I do, I have drunk it. If you have a clean container, I can try to trade the water directly. I don't have an empty bottle either. I am in a security room now. There are zombies all around, and the key was found from the body of a security guard in the room. Zhao Xie said with lingering fear. After a while, she sighed and said, Oh, forget it, it's time, it's useless to worry about these things. Then, let's exchange. Ding. Zhao Xie has made a trade request to you. Accept. Soon, a trade box appeared in front of the two. Zhang Chen put the half-drunk bottle of pure water on it. Zhao Xie put the blood-stained Key 5, Qianyang City map, and Qianyang University distribution map on it at once. Both parties clicked to confirm. Ding! You lost half a bottle of pure water and gained the blood-stained Key 5, Qianyang City map, and Qianyang University distribution map. Thank you. You are a good person. Zhao Xie said sincerely. It's not that she is naive. On the contrary, her experience in the past half-day has made her see the ugliness of human nature. She put the half bottle of pure water into the ring, and it did show that it was pure water that was not contaminated. Before, there were survivors who came to chat with half a bottle of contaminated water. Some people used food and water as bait to ask me to satisfy their shameless ideas. In the end times, without legal and moral constraints, human nature was magnified dozens of times. For such people, Zhao Xie chose to block them out of disgust. So far, Zhang Chen is the only one who really traded things with her. And he didn't flirt with her at all. Such people are really rare. Chapter 9 Sharing Experience. On the other side, Zhang Chen shook his head helplessly. You are so naive. You may suffer in the end times. Am I a good person? In the end times, the moral standards of peacetime have long collapsed. What is good or bad? Some people just try their best to survive. Zhang Chen got the map, quickly unfolded it, and pasted it on the wall. According to previous memories, Zhang Chen was on Qinhe Street, near a real estate agency and a small supermarket. The back of the agency was a residential area. Based on this information, Zhang Chen quickly locked his position on the map. He was in a residential area called Yujingwen in the city center. It was only 500 meters away from Qianyang University. Going south, it was the main entrance of Qianyang University. A distance of 500 meters, if it was normal, it would definitely not be considered a distance. It only took a few minutes to walk there. But in this situation, don't even mention 500 meters, it's amazing to be able to walk a few dozen meters on the main road. Qianyang University can only be reached when one's strength is strong enough. Keep the keys and other things first. Fortunately, he now has enough food and water. You can slowly improve your strength. Zhang Chen looked at the situation near the residential area again. In addition to the small supermarket on the road, there is also a small supermarket in the residential area. It is located at the main entrance of the residential area. You can try your luck there tomorrow. Zhang Chen thought. He put a bottle of beer on the trading channel and wrote, "Need a key." Then he quietly watched the chat channel. Wow, another big guy is selling water. Beer can be considered water. In fact, beer should be better than water, because it contains maltose, which can also be decomposed to provide energy for the body. This is good, but this big guy needs a key, which is also weird. Why does he need a key? Fuck, I collected a key before, but I thought it was useless, so I threw it away. What a mistake. Alas, either you want an energy crystal core or a key. Why are the things you want so weird? Hiss. There was a keychain in front of me, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't regret it until I lost it. The rest is the communication between the survivors. Occasionally, there are male survivors who flirt with some beautiful girls. There is no substantial content. After avoiding the first zombie attack, everyone tries to relax themselves through chatting. This is just a kind of self-consolation. Because the zombies are outside the door, outside the window, and on the street. This is a challenge that must be overcome. If you can't kill the zombies, you are destined to become a victim of this world. Wang Jiran has never spoken in the regional chat channel. So Zhang Chen has no way of judging where this guy is. However, judging from the large amount of goods he auctioned, Wang Jiran should be staying in a place like a supermarket. The sun gradually sets. When the last ray of sunset disappears at the top of the building complex, the street lights in the streets and communities are automatically lit up by the program. At this time, the zombies became more agitated. They raised their heads, as if they were smelling the human scent in the air. Room 502, Building 3, faces the community on one side and the main road on the other. Zhang Chen closed the window tightly and did not turn on the light. Standing by the window, he silently watched the every move of the zombies on the street. The windows of this house are very airtight. Many zombies walked slowly under Zhang Chen's window, but they didn't show any abnormal behavior. They didn't smell human scent, so they slowly walked away. Some zombies smelled human scent and roared. Then dozens of zombies rushed to the nearest source of the smell. There were 30 or 40 zombies in the group, and they rushed into a small alley on the side of the road, roaring and running away. I wonder which unlucky guy will suffer. If Zhang Chen hadn't read the Apocalypse frequently, he wouldn't have developed such a vigilant habit. Who said reading is useless? It's really a pity not to have read enough books when you need them. Fuck, zombies actually actively look for humans. What the hell is this function? Infrared sensing or something? First of all, let's rule out the visual problem. I'm on the roof of the 10th floor, and the zombies shouldn't be able to see me, but now they are violently banging on the door. I'm a little scared. Me too. I stayed in the bus for most of the day and nothing happened. Now the windows are full of zombies' bloody handprints. It's so scary. Zombies should be able to identify humans by smell at night. Everyone must choose a closed space and try not to open the window. Fuck, I'm in the closet, and I saw that zombie walking towards me. Zombies are more agile at night. During the day, zombies can't climb over obstacles, but now they can not only easily bypass obstacles, but even jump over 1-meter high obstacles. Everyone must pay attention when running away. Everyone in the chat channel was discussing their current situation and what they saw. At this time, Jing Hao appeared again. The night is tough, please be careful and don't let the zombies smell you. These zombies' mobility, sense of smell and hearing will be greatly improved at night. But they don't react to light at the moment, they won't rush over just because you turn on the lights. If you're scared, you can turn on the lights in the room. This way we can take care of each other, know each other's positions, and feel more at ease. If there is a chance, I suggest you go out during the day. I have set up a small safe zone at the stadium, and 5 survivors have gathered together. Everyone is welcome to come here to find us, let's work together to overcome the difficulties. Zheng Hao actually set up a survivor camp so quickly. And 5 survivors have already gathered. Isn't this a little too fast? Zhang Chen was confused. But he didn't have time to think about it. After all, this matter has nothing to do with him. And thanks to Zheng Hao. Originally, many survivors around Zhang Chen didn't dare to turn on the lights. I was afraid that the lights would attract zombies. But after Zheng Hao and other people in the chat channel shared, I was relieved. The lights lit up one by one. Zhang Chen took a rough look. There were more than a dozen rooms with lights on around him. Some were in shops, and some were in residential buildings. Zhang Chen's position had a limited observation angle. If calculated according to this distribution density, there were at least 30 or 40 survivors in the buildings near him. Chapter 10 Return to the Street. Zhang Chen knew it very well. Although everyone was polite in the chat channel. But when they really met, no one knew what the other party would do. Sometimes, compared to zombies, humans are more terrifying. After understanding the basic situation of the survivors around him, Zhang Chen took out the can of luncheon meat, ate half of it in the light outside the window, and drank half a bottle of purified water. Then he lay on the bed and fell asleep peacefully. When he woke up, it was already light. There were fewer than half of the zombies on the street. Fortunately, the zombie with a gun was still wandering in the same place and did not go far. Zhang Chen then finished the half can of luncheon meat and the remaining water left over from last night. After eating and drinking, his whole state improved a lot. Zhang Chen looked into the community. The woman in the low-cut evening dress that you took was gone. There was no blood on it. It is very likely that she was rescued or escaped by herself. After a night of changes in the community, there are 3 or 4 more zombies. They are all gathered around the window of a house on the first floor of building 2 opposite. It seems that something there attracts the zombies. No matter what it is. Just go and kill them. Zhang Chen is not sure about the zombies. These 3 lone zombies are simply heads delivered to the door. It would be a waste if you don't take them. Zhang Chen warmed up a little in the room, opened the door and walked out. The corridor was very quiet. The door of 102 on the first floor was still open as yesterday. The unit door was intact, and the zombies didn't come to the door last night. It seems that the height of the 5th floor is still very hidden and safe. Zhang Chen took a deep breath and pushed open the unit door. Rushed to the 3 zombies in the distance silently. This time is different from before. Before, Zhang Chen killed 7 zombies in one breath because the woman in a low-cut dress screamed to attract firepower. This time there was no special sound to attract. The zombies' hearing became sharp immediately. When Zhang Chen rushed to about 7 or 8 meters away from the zombies, 3 zombies discovered Zhang Chen's existence at the same time. Even the footsteps could be heard. This zombie is definitely a high-end version. Ho ho. R. 3 zombies rushed towards Zhang Chen at the same time. The zombies were very fast. Zhang Chen's speed was not slow either. When the 3 zombies just reacted, Zhang Chen had already run forward 2 steps and split the head of a zombie with an axe. Then he used his shield to block the attacks of the other 2 zombies, one with an axe. Easily solved the 3 zombies. Collect. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 energy crystal core, 1 damaged car key, and 3 mutant fertilizers. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 energy crystal core and 3 mutant fertilizers. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 broken key and 3 mutant fertilizers. There is nothing to say about energy crystal cores and mutant fertilizers. Zhang Chen is already familiar with them. He focused his attention on the damaged car key and the broken key. Soon, the prompt popped up again. These things are broken and have no use. Zhang Chen threw the 2 things directly to the ground and put the energy crystal core and fertilizer into the storage space. Keep on the road. Zhang Chen's goal has always been clear. The 3 zombies in the community are just an appetizer. His real target is the zombie with a revolver that he has been staring at for a whole day. In fact, in Zhang Chen's mind, the threat of other survivors is far greater than that of zombies. As long as you hide in a safe house, zombies can't do anything to you. At most, they will surround you and prevent you from coming out. But survivors with ulterior motives are not like that. They can pick locks, climb, and even destroy your safe house, attracting a large wave of zombies to kill you. Their gun is undoubtedly the best deterrent to other survivors. A zombie will soon come out from the corner. If you don't want to have a close contact, it is recommended that you stop now. Zhang Chen left building 2 and suddenly this prompt popped up at the corner of a building. He stopped immediately, holding his breath. Slowly raised the axe. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. A heavy roar unique to zombies came from the corner of the wall. First one foot stepped out, then the other. Just when its head just popped out, Zhang Chen's fire axe fiercely cut the zombie's head in half. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 energy crystal core, blood-stained clothing, and 3 mutant fertilizers. Blood-stained clothing, it has been infected by the virus and has no use value. Useless garbage again. Zhang Chen casually threw the blood-stained clothing out. He stood at the corner of the building and looked into the distance. This corridor has 2 branches, 1 branch leads to an unmanned path, which can just connect to the main road. The other branch leads to a small garden 50 meters away. There are 2 zombies wandering aimlessly there. Get a pistol and collect more supplies before dawn. Zombies are endless. The world is not short of zombies. There is no need to waste time here. So Zhang Chen tried to keep his body as low as possible and slow down his steps. Taking advantage of the moment when the 2 wandering zombies turned their backs to him, he rushed over quickly. He successfully arrived at the unmanned path. Zhang Chen leaned against the wall with his back and looked out at the road. Because the smell of the survivors yesterday attracted most of the zombies around the zombie with the gun. At this time, there were still a dozen zombies scattered around the target. But in the distance, there were shadows and crowds of people. The number of zombies was so large that it made people's scalps numb. The opportunity must not be missed if the gun is not obtained today. Who knows what kind of changes will happen after a night? A dozen zombies. Take it slow, if you attract them little by little, it should be no problem. Zhang Chen picked up the axe and knocked on the wall gently. There was a clanging sound. Oh! The two zombies closest to the road heard the sound and slowly turned over here. The effect was good, only two were attracted. Zhang Chen took advantage of the cover of the car on the side of the road, leaned against his body, and continued to knock on the wall gently with the axe. Oh! Hee. The zombies staggered closer and closer. Zhang Chen discovered that the zombies' reaction to sound was related to the volume of the sound. When the sound was small, they would only slowly move towards the source of the sound. If the sound was loud enough, their movement speed would skyrocket. It was like a 100-meter sprint, extremely terrifying. Zhang Chen patiently tapped the wall. Observed the zombies' every move through the car window. Closer. Closer. Right now. Chapter 11. Can toilet paper be sold? Zhang Chen suddenly swung the axe and chopped off the first zombie's head. With the power of the swing, the axe went from bottom to top, and went back again along the trajectory just now. The fire axe smashed the second zombie's head from the chin upwards. 2 zombies in 1 second. The zombies fell to the ground without making much noise. There are still 12 zombies left. Zhang Chen followed the same method and gradually attracted all the zombies on the road. They were killed on the roadside. Zhang Chen counted the spoils. A total of 8 energy cores, 2 car keys, 1 Colt revolver, 15 pistol bullets, 40 mutant fertilizers, 2 batons, 2 handcuffs and handcuff keys, 2 walkie-talkies, 1 clean police uniform, and 20 clean cloths. What a great harvest! These things took up 10 grids of space, and the mutant fertilizers and cloths were still stacked with the previous ones. With the original luncheon meat cans and drinking water, all 12 grids were full. At this time, Zhang Chen was still holding a fire axe and an explosion-proof shield. Fortunately, Zhang Chen sold his weapons last night and put other supplies in the room, otherwise the ring might not be able to fit them now. Zhang Chen thought about it and took out the revolver. He locked the safety and put it on his waist. One more weapon on your back means more safety. And this will free up a space. He took out the car key again. Since it was the car key from the zombie on the road, then it is very likely that the car is on this road. Why not try your luck now? If you find it, you can get more supplies. Thinking of this, Zhang Chen gently pressed the unlocking button of the first car key. Click. The sound rang in Zhang Chen's ears. It turned out to be the red car next to him. Fuck, this luck is really bursting. Suddenly, a word collection appeared on the body of the red car. It's just different from the past. Usually, the word collection is green. And this time it was yellow. No way, even cars can be stored in the storage space. This is a bit amazing. Click to collect. Ding dong. The current storage ring level is not enough to collect this item. Required storage ring level, level 3. Current storage ring level, level 1. To upgrade the storage ring to level 2, you need 0-10 storage ring fragments, 5 energy crystal cores. Hiss. The storage ring level is not high enough, it seems that I can't collect it now. What is this storage ring fragment? Could it be? Zhang Chen looked at the dark green storage ring on his finger. This thing is owned by all survivors who enter the game. Could it be that it can only be collected from survivors? It's terrifying to think about it. This is equivalent to the survivors robbing and murdering each other, and there is another reasonable reason. Zhang Chen subconsciously stroked the pistol on his waist. I feel relieved. In the end times, becoming stronger is the kingly way. Zhang Chen calmed down, then looked into the car window to make sure there were no zombies. Then he opened the car door and searched inside the car. I only found a roll of toilet paper. This thing is said to be useful, in fact, it is useless. But if it is useless, sometimes you still need it. When you go to the toilet to do something important, you must have a follow-up plan. Especially in this world, zombies will become extremely sensitive to smells at night. If you don't take care of it, you will be the first target of zombies at night. Because you lost your life because you didn't use toilet paper when doing something important, this is probably the most tragic way to die in the world. Awkward. Keep it for now. Zhang Chen opened the trunk of the car again, and there were 2 large bags of unopened toilet paper inside. This guy went to the supermarket to buy toilet paper, no one else can do it. Zhang Chen opened the auction trading system. Took out 2 small pieces of toilet paper and put them on it. Requirements: door key, car key, water, food, weapon, energy crystal core, storage ring fragment. Anyway, all the useful things you can think of are selected. Click, send. Ding! Congratulations on your successful transaction, successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper, and got the key. So fast. It was sold right after it was put up. Zhang Chen was not in a hurry to retrieve the exchanged items, because the storage space was too tight now. There were already a lot of keys in his pocket. Fortunately, as long as they were not retrieved, the items that had been traded would be temporarily stored in the trading system. However, there was a time limit for temporary storage. 24 hours at most. If it exceeded 24 hours, the items would be destroyed. Zhang Chen tore 2 pieces of toilet paper again and put them up. After 3 or 5 minutes. Ding! Congratulations on your successful transaction. You successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper and got the blood-stained access card. Hiss. It seems that everyone has a good stomach. I really accidentally discovered another small business opportunity. Toilet paper is not valuable in the first place, and you can't get anything good in exchange. If the price is too high, others may choose to sacrifice their pants to save themselves. But if you exchange keys and access cards that you don't know what they are used for, it is equivalent to recycling waste. For other survivors, they are useless keys and access cards. In Zhang Chen's opinion, it is the key to a treasure chest, and its value is sometimes far greater than a bottle of water and luncheon meat. Seeing everyone's enthusiastic response, Zhang Chen tore the loose toilet paper into more than 60 small pieces and put them on the auction trading system. This thing is not a rare thing. Anyone who travels through residential buildings can find toilet paper. But they will not exchange toilet paper for those useless keys. So this market is equivalent to being monopolized by Zhang Chen alone. Close the trading interface. Zhang Chen then focused on the other car key in his hand. Find a position with a relatively open view and press the unlocking button. Then, the police car in the middle of the road lit up. Fuck, it's a police car. Zhang Chen did not walk towards the police car immediately. Instead, he observed the surrounding situation first, and it seemed that there were no zombies. Be careful, sometimes it's not that there are no zombies, but the height of the zombies is too short and is blocked by obstacles. The prompt appears again urgently. Zhang Chen quickly lay on the ground and looked across the car. Sure enough, he saw a pair of blood-stained white dancing shoes, limping slowly through the gap next to the police car. Looking at the size of the feet, it should be a zombie girl. Fortunately, there was a hint, otherwise if the zombie girl attacked him, he would be dead if she bit him anywhere. Phew, that was a close call. This end of the world is too real, there is no room for carelessness. Zhang Chen quietly went behind the little girl zombie, and the axe fell suddenly, killing the zombie. You recovered a zombie corpse and obtained 1 energy crystal core and 1 mutant fertilizer. Chapter 12. Shotgun in hand, 1 shot to the soul. Zhang Chen gently opened the door of the police car. In the storage box of the co-pilot, 2 pairs of handcuffs and a walkie-talkie were found. On the co-pilot seat, there was a fast food box. I don't know what's in it. Now it is full of various colorful molds. A large furry mess makes people feel nauseous. This thing must be worthless. Zhang Chen searched around again, but found nothing. Look at the trunk. Zhang Chen walked to the trunk and lifted it gently. There was a shotgun lying inside, and there were 2 boxes of shotgun bullets next to it. Good guy, this is a heavy weapon. Although we are facing ordinary zombies now. But who knows if there will be any mutant zombies in this world. At close range, the shotgun can completely beat the zombies into sieves. If their headshot is multiplied, the lethality will increase exponentially. This is a big profit. Zhang Chen hurriedly took out the baton from the storage ring and stuffed it into the big bag containing the shotgun. Now, with the space just vacated, there were exactly 2 spaces in the ring. He stored all the shotguns and bullets in the storage ring. Put good things in the storage ring to prevent loss. Batons and other things are not valuable. There are too many things. It seems that I have to go back home first and then go to the supermarket. With a pistol and a shotgun this time, Zhang Chen is more confident to act. After returning home, Zhang Chen put the items in the space, except for the 2 guns and bullets. All the rest were stored at home. Then he turned on the gas and took out the frozen meat from the refrigerator. It was thawed in the microwave and cut into 2 thick slices. Put some soy sauce and pepper in the pot and fry it. The conditions for cooking raw meat are too harsh. It requires fire, oil, pot, seasoning, all kinds of. It's easier now that there is electricity. In case of a power outage, it would be very troublesome to eat this frozen meat. Unlike canned luncheon meat, you can open it and eat it at any time. So Zhang Chen decided to eat these ingredients that are not easy to cook first. Watching the red meat slices sizzling in the pan. The aroma of meat mixed with the aroma of seasoning spread out of the window along the exhaust pipe of the range hood. It slowly drifted into a window of Building 5. On the 3rd floor of Building 5, there were 2 men wearing vests and with fine pattern tattoos on their arms. One was tall and thin, and the other was short and fat. The tall and thin man moved his nose, then took a deep breath and said, "Brother, smell it, I seem to smell the aroma of meat. It seems like someone is frying meat, or beef, slurp. What a luxury, in this situation, you can still eat meat." The short and fat man smelled it, but there was nothing. The air was filled with dust and the smell of canned luncheon meat. "You must be starving, kid. Where does the smell of fried meat come from? Besides, we are in the end of the world now. Look at the auction and see if there are any meat sellers. It's good to have canned luncheon meat," he said, using his fingers to dig a big mouthful of canned luncheon meat and stuffed it into his mouth. There was only 1/3 left, and he handed it to the tall and thin man. "So, it seems so. Maybe I'm too greedy for meat." The latter was not polite and ate it up in 2 or 3 bites. That. At this time, the woman squatting in the corner of the stairs spoke. She was the low-cut woman who was trapped in the rain yesterday. At this time, her hair was messy, her clothes were untidy, and she curled up in the corner. Looking at the 2 men sharing their food and water in big mouthfuls, she was angry but dared not speak. What's the matter with you?" The short and fat man glanced at the woman and asked. I haven't eaten yet. Didn't you say you would leave some for me?" The woman licked her cracked lips and said hoarsely. "TSK, you're so embarrassed that this is the price we paid for saving you. If it weren't for us, you wouldn't have survived the night. You should thank us." The short and fat man snorted. But to repay you. You all told me yesterday. I can't let you take all the advantage." The woman protested weakly. "What? Were we the only 2 brothers happy yesterday? Are you unhappy yourself? Besides, yesterday was compensation for us saving you from the rain. You said it yourself, as long as you are saved, anything is fine. Today's luncheon meat is compensation for us taking you in overnight and not kicking you out. There are zombies everywhere outside. Without this reliable unit door, can you spend the whole night safely? I'm afraid you've already become food in the zombies' mouths." The short and fat man said viciously. He and the tall and thin man knew each other, and it happened that the 2 of them appeared in the room of a resident in the same building at the same time. When the game started, the zombies in the room were in a static state. In a panic, they ran out of the room with kitchen knives. After coming out, they cleverly closed the door. In this way, the zombies were indeed trapped in the house and couldn't get out. But they were also trapped in the stairwell and slept on the cold ground for a night. When I rescued the woman yesterday, I was just craving her body. Now that there is not much food and water, I feel that the woman is a burden. So naturally I don't have a good attitude when talking. Brother, we even ate the luncheon meat and water of this girl. Now there is really no food and water. If we don't find some food, we may all starve to death here." The thin and tall man said with a bitter face. "It's okay, I've thought of a way. Look over there." The short and fat man pointed out the window and said, "Building 5 is right next to the road. From here you can directly see the small square at the main entrance of the community. There is a small supermarket on both sides of the small square, and a steamed bun shop. See? A restaurant, a supermarket, you can definitely find food inside. As long as we can get through, food is not a problem," the short and fat man said confidently. "But, there are so many zombies, how can the 2 of us get through?" the thin and tall man asked with a worried look on his face. "These zombies all have hideous faces, and they run like crazy. If you get bitten or scratched, you will turn into a zombie. Even if he fights zombies alone, he doesn't have the confidence. What's more, there are so many of them. Wouldn't it be like committing suicide if he went out? Don't worry, I've already thought of a strategy. The short and fat man smiled mysteriously, and then set his eyes on the woman. Chapter 13. If Zhang Chen can do it, so can we. 20 minutes later. Near the square at the main entrance of the community. The woman was forced to climb up a tree branch for 5 meters high. At first, she was sent up with a ladder, and the latter part was forced to climb. The woman was so scared that she held the tree branch tightly with both hands, and her legs kept shaking. Please, let me down. I'll do whatever you want me to do from now on. I don't want any food or water. Please, let me down, I don't want to die. The short and fat man glared at the woman impatiently and said in a low voice. Keep your voice down. If you want to live, do as I say. When we hide, you scream. Attract all the zombies in the square at the main gate. We can save you after we kill the zombies. The tall and thin man heard the short and fat man's plan and asked with some trembling. Brother, will this work? More than 20 zombies, only the 2 of us. What if something unexpected happens? The short and fat man waved his hand confidently and said. Don't worry, yesterday, did we see it? This woman shouted on the rain. There were 7 or 8 zombies below. Z is still not assured, and added, in fact, these zombies are scary. In fact, there is no fighting power. You think, that man can cut off the zombie's head with an axe? So easy, it means that these zombies are very fragile. We imagine the zombies too scary. When a thin man heard this, he nodded the letter suspiciously. Why can he kill zombies like cutting melons and vegetables? It's not that this man is too strong, but that the zombies are too weak. If this man can do it, we can definitely do it. The tall and thin man followed the arrangement of the short and fat man. The 2 hid behind a car at the main gate. Help! The woman shouted. Her voice was particularly sharp and penetrating. Just this one shout immediately attracted half of the zombies at the main gate. Hee. Oh. The zombie group was attracted by the woman's shout. All the zombies were activated instantly. They rushed over with strange cries. Help, I don't want to die. Save me, please. When the woman shouted for the first time, she was just very reluctant to deal with the task. But now she is completely scared by these zombies. Screaming desperately. The sharp soprano instantly broke the silence of the residential area. All the zombies in the main gate square swarmed in. In an instant, they surrounded the tree where the woman was. All looked up and stretched out pale and cold arms. It's time. The short and fat man smiled and said. He remembered that when Zhang Chen killed 7 or 8 zombies before, it was like this. And the zombies had almost no power to fight back. Go. With the short and fat man's order, the 2 men rushed up with their own kitchen knives. The short and fat man and the tall and thin man knew that sound would attract zombies, so no one dared to make a sound. They tiptoed to the back of the zombie group. Raised the kitchen knife and chopped it off the back of the nearest zombie's head. With a puff, the kitchen knife sank into the back of the zombie's head. A zombie fell to the ground dejectedly. Before the short and fat man showed a happy expression on his face, a sense of fear suddenly hit him. Because he found that the kitchen knife was stuck in the zombie's head and couldn't be pulled out. As the zombie fell, the short and fat man holding the kitchen knife staggered and almost fell. Even so, the kitchen knife couldn't be pulled out. Fuck! The short and fat man cursed in a low voice. Why is this different from what I saw yesterday? I tried my best to chop it just now. My wrist is still sore from the shock. I thought I would cut off a large piece of the zombie's head in one go like Zhang Chen did. The result is just like this. Not to mention that it only cut in a dozen centimeters. Now I can't even pull the knife back. Puff. At the same time, the tall and thin man swung the kitchen knife horizontally and chopped it directly on the zombie's neck. Similarly, he thought that he had to cut off the zombie's head at least. Who knew that the kitchen knife only cut halfway in? When it hit the cervical vertebrae, it got stuck. And the worst thing is, the zombie didn't die. Instead, it slowly turned around. Big brother. Why is this different from yesterday's style? The tall and thin man was so scared that his legs softened and he sat directly on the ground. The kitchen knife in his hand was now embedded in the zombie's neck. Both brothers were out of weapons. Now any zombie could take their lives. Run, run! The short and fat man shouted, and then started running. This shout attracted more zombies at once. Ho ho! More than a dozen zombies gave up the screaming woman hiding in the tree and chased after the two brothers. Brother, brother, save me! Don't leave me! The tall and thin man got up from the ground. He wailed and rushed towards the short and fat man. He was tall and ran fast, although the short and fat man escaped first. But his short stature made him unable to run fast, and he was caught up by the tall and thin man soon. The zombies behind him were even faster. They screamed and chased him relentlessly. Brother, run faster, the zombies are coming! The tall and thin man shouted anxiously. He couldn't bear to leave his brother and run alone. He slowed down a little involuntarily. Brother, I'm sorry. I really can't run anymore. The short and fat man said while running, panting. Long-term lack of exercise caused him to be out of breath after running only a few dozen meters. What are you talking about, brother? Hold on. We are not far from the unit door. Don't give up. The thin tall man reached out to grab the short fat man's arm. Want to pull him to run together. Just when his hand just touched the short fat man, the latter suddenly grabbed the thin tall man's arm with his backhand. Just when the thin tall man was stunned, the short fat man kicked hard and hit the thin tall man's ankle. With a creak, the short fat man used all his strength in this kick. Directly kicked the thin tall man's ankle. Brother, you. The thin tall man endured the pain and looked at him with surprise. There was a look of helplessness and despair in his eyes. Chapter 14 Humanoid Zombie Summoner. I'm sorry, brother, if we run together, no one can escape. Brother, I owe you a favor. I will work like a slave to repay you in my next life. The short and fat man then kicked the tall and thin man hard in the abdomen. He was kicked directly into the swarm of zombies that were rushing towards him. You son of a bitch! I treat you as a brother, but you. Belch. The tall and thin man cursed loudly. However, before he could finish his words, he was knocked to the ground by the zombies swarming behind him. Several zombies began to bite the tall and thin man's body frantically. A female zombie bit his throat directly. The blood choked his trachea, making him unable to make any sound. Then there was the sound of muscles and bones separating, and the crunching sound of chewing raw meat. It's chilling to listen to. The short and fat man saw himself getting closer and closer to the unit door. As long as you enter the unit door, you are safe. However, just at the moment his hand touched the unit door, several pairs of pale hands grabbed his shoulders at the same time. The short and fat man only felt a powerful force pulling him back, pressed heavily to the ground. Then, there was a piercing pain in my body. As far as the eye can see, all I can see are the pale faces of zombies covered with purple blood vessels. Zhang Chen took a rest in the room at noon and had a delicious fried steak. The feeling of being full and satisfied is so comfortable. It's time to go to the supermarket at the main entrance of the harvest community. There must be a lot of resources there. Zhang Chen carried the access card and key, and once again took the explosion-proof shield and axe and walked out of Building 3. At this time, the zombies near Building 3 had basically been cleared out. Zhang Chen looked at the map based on the actual situation of the community. Now there are only zombies in the small garden, and the zombies at the main entrance have not been cleared. My current upgrade progress is 18,100. We still need 82 energy cores to upgrade, according to Zhang Chen's previous calculations. Basically, every 10 zombies can explode about 6 energy crystal cores. In other words, if you want to upgrade, Zhang Chen needs to kill at least 137 zombies. Hiss, this is not a small number. Let us take it one step at a time. Zhang Chen walked along the corridor in the community and slowly groped his way towards the main entrance. There are no zombies. There are no blind spots. The difficulty is obviously much lower than the route in the morning. But Zhang Chen still didn't dare to be careless. Whenever I come across any potential danger, I stare at it for a while. Don't move forward until you get a prompt that there is no danger. In front is building number 5. Just go around here and you will reach the main entrance. At this moment, a sharp scream suddenly broke the tranquility of the community. Help! It's a woman's voice. And this voice is familiar. Zhang Chen was stunned. Isn't this the voice of the woman he heard yesterday? It can be called a magic weapon to attract zombies. The effect of attracting zombies is truly amazing. Wasn't she rescued? How? Trapped again? So unlucky. Zhang Chen slowly moved to the side of building number 5. As soon as I turned around, I saw 2 groups of zombies in the corridor, greedily gnawing on 2 corpses. There are a dozen zombies in the distance, circling a tree. And this woman actually ran up the tree. How did she get up there? Zhang Chen felt speechless. It was obvious that he couldn't even jump down from the 2-story high awning. He ended up running up a tree that was 3 or 4 stories high. This woman is so weird. The woman kept screaming madly in the tree, attracting the attention of the zombies under the tree. The 2 groups of zombies nearby were attracted by the fresh meat and blood. They are all busy chewing. It's an opportunity. Zhang Chen calmed down. As long as you are fast enough and strike more accurately. It's not a big problem. And the woman shouted out with such a loud voice. This means that most of the zombies nearby were attracted by her. Even though the battle was unfavorable, Zhang Chen took out his pistol and shot. There couldn't be a worse outcome. That's it. Zhang Chen took a few deep breaths. Then, holding up his shield, he quietly rushed towards the group of zombies closest to him. Phew. 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 Zhang Chen swung 3 times quickly. Immediately, 3 zombies' heads were cut in half. The moment the 4th zombie looked up and saw him, another axe hit him. Smashed the 4th zombie's head. At this time, the 5th zombie had noticed Zhang Chen and just stood up. Zhang Chen knocked him down with his explosion-proof shield. Phew. The raised axe fell down fiercely. Chop off the zombie's head. Afterwards, Zhang Chen hit the short and fat man on the head, which was almost left with only a skeleton. The first bunch of zombies are dealt with. Continue. Zhang Chen didn't dare to stop. Although he didn't make much noise when he killed the first group of zombies. But after all, it was too close to the second group of zombies. Zombies recognize survivors partly through hearing and partly through vision. As long as a zombie sees a survivor, other zombies nearby will also notice the living person. As for what the principle is, Zhang Chen is not clear. But this is basically the case. Sure enough, as the first group of zombies were eliminated, the second group of zombies have begun to notice Zhang Chen one after another. Ho ho! They looked at Zhang Chen and let out terrifying growls. Clang! Before the second group of zombies stood up, Zhang Chen strode forward and rushed to the front of the zombies. He swung 2 axes and took care of the 2 zombies in front. At this time, the remaining 4 zombies had all stood up. He growled and pounced towards Zhang Chen. Hiss, there are quite a lot of them. Zhang Chen threw the shield in his left hand forward horizontally and kicked hard with his right foot. The shield blocked the 3 zombies and pushed them to the ground. Zhang Chen swung the axe and smashed the head of the remaining zombie. Then he held the axe with both hands and started chopping wildly. The strength of one hand could easily split a zombie's head. Now with the force of both hands, the strength suddenly increased by more than double. All I saw was blood splattering. The 3 zombies were chopped into pieces. The head of one zombie, along with 1/3 of its body, was split in half by Zhang Chen from the shoulder. She kept opening her mouth, trying to bite off a piece of meat from his body. Zhang Chen immediately added another axe. Likewise, don't forget to give some extra weight to tall and thin men as well. Second bunch of zombies, done. Chapter 15, Damn it, I have a gun. Zhang Chen adjusted his breathing and focused his attention on the dozen or so zombies under the tree. Fine. The woman's screams never stopped. Fortunately, this woman is here, otherwise if these 10 zombies all rushed over together, the consequences are disastrous. In terms of combat effectiveness, Zhang Chen with an axe and a shield is definitely many times stronger than these unarmed zombies. But the difficulty lies in not getting hurt. Even a little scrape or even a scratch could cost him his life. Therefore, the more zombies there are, the difficulty of killing them increases exponentially. Continue. Zhang Chen divided 5 into 2 and 3 steps. Another killing spree. Kill all the zombies under the woman's tree. As the last zombie falls, the woman finally stopped screaming. It's you again. The woman recognized Zhang Chen. But how did you get to this tree? Zhang Chen wiped the blood stains on the axe on the zombie's body. He said slightly breathlessly. He killed more than 20 zombies in one breath. This physical exertion is no joke. If they were to kill them one by one, Zhang Chen would definitely be able to do it without getting red in the face or out of breath. But this was done in one breath, without even time to rest. It was like I had just run the 400 meters as hard as I could. A little breathless. It's a long story. Actually. Yeah, be careful. The woman was halfway through her words when she suddenly screamed again. Zhang Chen knew that as long as a woman screamed, something bad would happen. At the same time the woman screamed, he also felt a strong wind coming from behind. He lowered his body and raised his explosion-proof shield. A dull bang. A kitchen knife chopped hard on the explosion-proof shield, leaving a white mark on it. The huge force made Zhang Chen's arm slightly numb. Not a zombie. It's human. Before Zhang Chen could see the other person's face clearly, the kitchen knife chopped down continuously and fiercely like raindrops. There were bursts of knocking sounds on the explosion-proof shield. Damn, this guy is deadly with his first attack. And he didn't say a word, he came completely prepared. Zhang Chen used his shield to defend himself while blocking and retreating. He dodged to the side around the tree and then took several steps back. Keep some distance from the attacker. Only then did Zhang Chen see clearly. A burly man stood in front of him. He held a kitchen knife in each hand, looking very aggressive. You can see it from the white marks on the explosion-proof shield. The opponent's strength is not light. Hiss, this person looks familiar. Zhang Chen was stunned. After a little thought, I immediately remembered it. It's Wang Jiran. This guy is Wang Jiran who hung out a lot of food and water last night. I didn't expect this guy was also in the neighborhood. And he also launched a sneak attack on himself. Not bad, Zhang Chen, it seems I underestimated you. Wang Jiran said sinisterly. Zhang Chen sold weapons yesterday, and they were all sold out. Although the name and image appeared in the trading channel for a very short time. But Wang Jiran had been paying attention to the food and water being auctioned, so he noticed me. Wang Jiran. You actually attacked me. Wang Jiran was not at all surprised when Zhang Chen called out his name. He smiled calmly and said, I didn't expect you to have reached the level of being exceptionally strong. Did you kill enough zombies? Or was there any other opportunity? Wang Jiran saw that Zhang Chen didn't say anything. He couldn't help but chuckle and continued. Forget it. I know you won't tell me even if I ask. You have great potential. If you continue to grow, you may become a local overlord. What a shame. I won't allow anyone to be stronger than me. After I kill you, I will slowly figure out the secret of becoming stronger by myself. Zhang Chen narrowed his eyes and asked with a vigilant look. You said you have also reached an exceptionally strong level. Wang Jiran laughed contemptuously. What? Is there anything incredible about this? You have your way of becoming stronger, and I certainly have my own way of becoming stronger. It doesn't matter if I tell you. You're going to be dead soon anyway. Although food and water are selling a little slower, they are still hard currency after all. Thanks to those fools who were willing to exchange energy crystal cores for my food and water. Otherwise, it would be impossible for me to improve so rapidly without leaving home. Next, I will try my best. You've consumed so much energy, I wonder how long you can hold on. In Wang Jiran's eyes, Zhang Chen was already a dead man. Being at the same extremely strong level, the strength of the two people is theoretically the same. Whether it's physical strength, power, speed, they are all evenly matched. But Zhang Chen had just killed more than 20 zombies and had consumed a lot of his physical strength. All attributes are the same, but Zhang Chen's physical strength is slightly weaker. Once the fight starts, the winner is clear at a glance. Zhang Chen looked at the complacent Wang Jiran. Suddenly he threw the axe and explosion-proof shield in his hand to the ground. Expressionless. Such an action made the latter startled and said, What? Are you ready to give up resistance? Or do you want to say something like teaming up with me and obeying me? Do you think I'm such a fool? I still understand the principle of raising a tiger to cause trouble. Today you must die. As soon as Wang Jiran uttered the word death, then there was a loud bang. A small bloody hole appeared on Wang Jiran's head. He looked at Zhang Chen in disbelief, his face showing shock and fear. His lips moved a few times, as if he wanted to say something, But in the end, nothing was said. Thump. Wang Jiran's legs went limp and he knelt on the ground. Two bangs. The kitchen knife fell to the ground. He just knelt and died in front of Zhang Chen. Are you stupid? I have a gun. Zhang Chen locked the safety of the revolver and then stored it back into the space. He had no intention of engaging in a head-on-close combat with Wang Jiran from the beginning. Wouldn't it be nice to defeat the enemy with one move? Thought it was an action movie. Do we have to fight for dozens of rounds with punches and kicks, and also strike all kinds of poses? This is the end of the world. Fighting for life and death. Killing the opponent quickly is the best way. Thanks to the woman in the tree who shouted at the top of her lungs for more than 20 minutes. Attracted all the zombies around. Otherwise, who knows how many zombies would be brought by Zhang Chen's shot. At the same time, Zhang Chen was also a little surprised. I didn't expect my shooting skills to be so accurate. A shot in the head. Chapter 16. Can corpses be collected? The woman on the tree was also filled with fear at this moment. After all, the impact of killing zombies and killing people is completely different. The woman was so frightened that she couldn't utter a word. Zhang Chen dealt with Wang Jiran and slowly walked to his body. There was even a word, collection, on it. It turns out that the bodies of survivors can also be collected. Collection. You recovered the body of a survivor and obtained 35 energy crystal cores, 166 pure water, 1 leftover pure water, 84 sausages, 60 instant noodles, 2 kitchen knives, 1 fruit knife, 5 storage ring fragments, a sharpened tang sword design, a map fusion device, and 7 pornographic videos. Hiss. Zhang Chen guessed that Wang Jiran must have a lot of resources. But I didn't expect there would be so many. Not only are there plenty of food and water, but there are even design drawings and supply box detectors. These are definitely all treasures. Needless to say, this guy must have exchanged it for food and water. As for this pornographic video, what the hell is it? Trading food for this kind of thing? Hiss. But it doesn't matter if you look at it. While Zhang Chen was recovering his strength, he studied and learned. After learning everything, click destroy. The video could not be extracted. It can only be stored in a storage ring, it takes up too much space. Zhang Chen took another look at the sharpened tang sword design and map fuser. Design drawing of sharpened tang sword, requires 010 metal weapon and 010 energy crystal core, and can produce an alloy tang sword that can cut through iron like mud, never wear out. Map fusion device, scan the acquired maps into the fusion device, and the scanned maps can be called out at any time in the form of navigation maps. Now when you click on this map fuser, only the buildings within a radius of about 100 meters will be displayed. If you zoom out the map, you will find the location other than Zhang Chen's. The rest of the positions are black. It's like the fog of war in a game. With a map, the surrounding fog will disappear and become a normal map. Without a map, you can only explore bit by bit. Only the explored areas will be displayed like a map. The principle is similar to the game. Zhang Chen's backpack now contains 2 guns and ammunition, taking up 4 slots. He put the pistol behind his waist, freeing up an extra space. Wang Jiran had a lot of supplies, except for the leftover purified water and some pornographic photos and videos that had been destroyed. 9 more spots needed. Just enough. Store them all in your own storage ring. Zhang Chen stood up and looked at the zombie corpses all over the ground. These are all resources. Unfortunately, my storage space is full now and I can't put more things in it. What should I do? Now all the zombies nearby have been eliminated. If Zhang Chen ran back to building 3 at this time, put the things in the room, and then turned back. If other survivors came over at this time and picked up more than 20 zombie corpses for nothing, I would suffer a great loss. Suddenly, Zhang Chen had an idea and found a solution. It takes 10 storage ring fragments to upgrade the storage ring from level 1 to level 2. Just now, Zhang Chen collected 5 storage ring fragments from Wang Jiran. There are still 2 bodies of survivors on the ground, 1 fat and 1 thin. After collecting, maybe it will be enough. Just do it. Zhang Chen moved several zombie corpses on the ground, then clicked the collect button on the tall and thin man. You recovered the body of a survivor and obtained 3 storage ring fragments. This guy is too poor. There is only 1 storage ring on his body. There is nothing else. Zhang Chen walked to the short and fat man again and started collecting information. You recovered the body of a survivor and obtained a set of lace women's underwear and 2 storage ring fragments. Women's underwear? This short fat guy has a habit of collecting this kind of things? What a pervert! Zhang Chen threw the women's underwear directly to the ground. I didn't notice at all that the size of this underwear was very close to that of the woman in the tree. At this moment, the woman's face was burning and even her neck was red. Zhang Chen put the storage ring fragments into the storage space. Ding! Reminding you that your storage ring has met the upgrade conditions. Do you want to upgrade it immediately? Upgrade. Ding! You lose 10 storage ring fragments and 5 energy crystal cores. Storage ring level, upgraded from level 1 to level 2. Storage space, increased from 12 slots to 24 slots. Upgrading to level 3 requires storage ring fragment 0-100, energy crystal core 50. New feature at level 3, open the vehicle warehouse and store 1 vehicle. A moment. The storage space has doubled. The storage space that was originally full immediately had twice as much space. Now we can continue collecting. Zhang Chen began to collect from the corpses of these zombies one by one. A total of 22 zombie corpses were collected. A total of Energy Crystal Core 14, Keychain 1, Access Card 1, Mutant Fertilizer 70, Clean Cloth 30, Chain Lock 1, Solar Flashlight 1, Kitchen Knife 2, Meat and Potato Seeds 5. Zhang Chen stored all these things into the storage space. Another 6 grids of space have been occupied, and there are 6 grids left. Zhang Chen focused his attention on the fleshy potato seeds. Soon, the prompt appeared. Meat potato seeds, an edible plant unique to the blue water planet, similar to potatoes, and tasting like meat. It is called meat potato and is rich in protein, nutrients and trace elements. Strong adaptability, maturity period is for months. Are they crop seeds? This is good stuff. There is only so much food and water available in the city. The more the survivors plunder, the less they have. Sooner or later, you will run out of money. Working hard to have enough food and clothing is the key to survival. Zhang Chen looked at his upgrade progress. To upgrade to the human body's limit level, you need 57-100 energy crystal cores. Before the energy crystal core is upgraded, it exists in the form of an item. It won't be consumed. To upgrade from an ordinary person to a strong one, 10 energy crystal cores are required. To upgrade from strong to extraordinarily strong, 50 energy cores are required. Wang Jiran consumed at least 60 energy crystal cores before reaching an extremely strong stage. But when I killed him, I only got 35 crystal cores. This means that only the items in the storage ring will be 100% collected. Only a portion of the absorbed energy crystal core can be collected. In order for Zhang Chen to upgrade to the level of human physical limit, he needs 43 energy crystal cores. All in all, we will need to kill about 70 more zombies. This is not an easy thing to do. And, how can we ensure safety in attracting so many zombies? It's also a problem. Zhang Chen thought for a moment, and suddenly turned his gaze towards the shivering woman hiding in the tree. Chapter 17 The Function of the Humanoid Zombie Summoner. At the same time, the woman also saw Zhang Chen. When she saw Zhang Chen, who looked like a god of death, a trace of fear appeared on her face, and she said in a trembling voice, "Please, don't kill me. I'll do anything you ask me to do. I will serve you, and I promise to never betray you. I have an idea." Then he threw the half-drunk bottle of purified water to the woman. This is the leftover water that Wang Jiran drank. Zhang Chen definitely can't drink it. But it's a waste if you throw it away. It's better to just do the woman a favor. Drink this water first, I won't kill you. Zhang Chen said calmly. Thank you. Then, can you help me get down from the tree? I will definitely repay you, whatever you want. The woman said with a slight tremor. Hurry and start expressing your loyalty. I'll put you down, but not now. You stay on this tree today and spend the night. I promise to let you down tomorrow. Zhang Chen said. Huh? I slept in a tree overnight. The woman repeated nervously. But when he saw Zhang Chen's sharp gaze, he was so scared that he quickly swallowed back the words of begging for mercy. Well, okay. I'll stay here overnight. Zhang Chen no longer paid any attention to the woman. He first searched the supermarket at the main entrance of the district. There really isn't much to search for here. All the things of value were carried by Wang Jiran. The remaining supplies were either expired or corroded by a red mushroom. Everything on the cash register table was thrown on the ground, and the two tables were put together. It can be seen that Wang Jiran spent the night last night curled up on a table that was 1.5 meters long and 1 meter wide. Such a narrow table. Not to mention that I can't straighten my body. I'm afraid I'll fall off the table if I turn over in my sleep. I really don't know how Wang Jiran got through that night. At least it won't be as comfortable as Zhang Chen lying on a soft mattress and sleeping in a quiet bedroom. Zhang Chen searched several shops nearby. There is nothing useful. The same goes for the steamed bun shop, where all the food is covered with red mushrooms. Any food that is not vacuum sealed is contaminated. Zhang Chen returned to the main entrance of the community. The main entrance is separated from the outside world by a metal fence. The guardrail is very sturdy and about 1.56 meters high. Zhang Chen grabbed the railing with both hands and shook it hard. The guardrail just trembled slightly. The entire main entrance has only a small door that can be used for entry and exit via access control. The door is open at this time. The electromagnetic lock of the access control seems to be broken. There is no suction at all. As soon as the small door closed on the door frame, after a while, it opened again by itself. Zhang Chen took out the chain lock from the storage space. Wrap it around the small door and door frame twice to shorten the length of the chain lock to the shortest possible length. Then the lock was locked with a click. Now, the main entrance of the entire community formed a defense line, which could keep the zombies outside this defense line. Zhang Chen's plan was simple. No matter how loud the woman's voice is, it won't attract more zombies. Actively attracting zombies is dangerous. It would be better to wait for the zombies to come to you on their own initiative. At night, zombies can identify humans by smell. The woman in the tree became a natural bait. It can attract all the zombies outside the community to the wall. The next morning, Zhang Chen had to kill the zombies one by one through the wall. Safe, efficient, and in large quantities. At this time, the sun has begun to set. There are still about 2 hours before the sun completely disappears among the buildings. There is no time to waste. Zhang Chen took a look at the sharpened tang sword design in the storage space. Requires 10 metal weapons and 10 energy cores. Energy crystal cores are not a problem, as long as there are zombies, there are energy crystal cores. Now it's a question of 10 metal weapons. Now Zhang Chen has for kitchen knives, a fruit knife and a fire axe. This is equivalent to 6 metal weapons. Have to find for more. Zhang Chen focused his attention on the keychain he had just collected. This keychain is very unique. It's not like the keychain that most people carry, it's the house key, access card, company key, car key, etc. A bunch of keys of different styles strung together. There are 5 keys on this keychain, and each key looks exactly the same. They were all covered with tape and marked with numbers. Hiss, these keys look like port keys. Zhang Chen looked at these keys and felt they looked familiar. Could it be that this zombie is a landlord? You carry the keys to 5 houses. As Zhang Chen stared at the key, the hint appeared again. You are very lucky. This is the key to a building in Building 8. You should really buy a lottery ticket, if there is still a lottery in this world. Is it really the key to Building 8? Zhang Chen was delighted. Can directly clear out a building. He hurriedly groped his way towards Building 8. Building 8 is different from other residential buildings. It is independent on an island. Surrounded by water. There is only one stone bridge in and out. The island is as big as a football field. The building is surrounded by small gardens with various colorful flowers. This place is great, easy to defend but difficult to attack. It can be used as a base in the future. There are no zombies here, but there is a hungry little cutie. The prompt is displayed again. A hungry little cutie. What is that? Zhang Chen was stunned. But that's all the prompts show, there is no more. Forget it, since she is a little cutie. There shouldn't be any threat then. Let us go in first. Zhang Chen swiped the access control panel and walked in. The air is fresh, without the smell of blood or the stench of zombies. The floor is clean and there is no blood stain. Building 8 is a large apartment with only 1 unit. There is only 1 household per floor. There is an elevator and a safe access staircase. Zhang Chen opened the door of each household one by one according to the key number and searched around. The layout and decoration are almost exactly the same. It seems to have just been renovated, and the furniture and appliances are all new. Before anyone could move in, the zombie outbreak occurred. So the refrigerator was empty, no food, no purified water. But the kitchen utensils are quite complete. Zhang Chen searched from the first floor to the fifth floor and found a total of 10 kitchen knives and 5 fruit knives. Chapter 18, The Tide of Zombies. It's very safe here, no one has ever been here. I didn't even see any so-called cute little ones. Forget it, let us not worry about it for now. Zhang Chen chose to live in the house on the 5th floor. One reason is that the 5th floor is the highest and has the widest view. Secondly, the 5th floor can directly lead to the rooftop. There is a small garden here. Zhang Chen plans to plant some yams here to give it a try. Living on the 5th floor makes it convenient to take care of those crops. Before it gets dark, Zhang Chen hurried back to building number 3, took out all the supplies he had stored, and transported them to building number 8. From now on, this will be Zhang Chen's base. Everything is ready. At this time, the last ray of sunlight gradually disappeared below the horizon. It's another zombie-fueled night. Zhang Chen gently pressed the switch of the electric curtains. In an instant, the blackout curtains in all the rooms on the 5th floor were slowly drawn. The room suddenly became pitch black. Zhang Chen pressed the wake mode button again. Soon, the lights in all the rooms lit up, making it as bright as day. The blackout curtains perfectly isolate the lights in the room from the outside world. Even if someone was standing downstairs, it would be difficult to confirm that the lights were on in this room. Well, I love this modern smart home. Zhang Chen sat on the soft leather sofa, took out a bottle of purified water, and gulped down half of it. Cool. In today's environment, being able to drink water in big gulps is definitely an ultimate luxury. Many people are eager to put a scale on a bottle of water. Every time I felt extremely thirsty, I would just take a small sip. Zhang Chen opened the auction transaction channel. In an instant, various prompts of successful auctions popped up. Ding! You successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper and got a key 1. Ding! You successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper and received a fruit knife 1. Ding! You successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper and obtained a blood-stained access card 1. Ding! You successfully sold 2 pieces of toilet paper and obtained a blood-stained key 1. All the 60 or so toilet papers that Zhang Chen put up for auction were sold out. He roughly counted and found the following in total. Keys 22, access cards 15, fruit knives 7, safe keys 5, car keys 8. Only less than a roll of toilet paper was used to exchange for so many resources. When I have time, I will make use of all these keys and make a fortune. Moreover, this fruit knife can be hung up and sold again. Although the value of the fruit knife dropped a lot on the second day compared to the first day when it just crossed over, there is still a market for it. It's a huge profit. At this time, go to the auction trading channel. Quite a few people have already followed suit and hung up toilet paper. Maybe because of vicious bidding, the toilet paper being auctioned is now sold by rolls, but what they need are food, water, crystal cores and the like. Although toilet paper is a necessity, it is not so necessary that it must be exchanged for crystal cores. The majority of items on the auction house are still weird and useless. Food and water remain in short supply. Occasionally someone would put some in exchange for energy crystal cores. I have finished the food and water given by the system. I am hungry and thirsty. Is there anyone who can give me something to eat? I am so hungry. By the way, why isn't Boss Wang Jiran selling any food or water? He said this morning that he had a lot of resources to sell. I finally killed a zombie with a flower pot upstairs and collected an energy crystal core. Why did the food prices go up? It's also possible that the boss has found a girl he likes and is now enjoying a moment of seclusion with her. Is anyone near the 5th middle school? I have food and water. Girls can private message me, but men are fine. Guanshin, where are you? If you see me, please send me a private message. I've been looking for you for a long time. Does anyone know me? Please form a team. Only with people I know. I don't even dare to go out. The zombies outside are too scary. I have a nice body, I have videos for sale, the content can be customized, the price is negotiable. If you have food and water, please contact me. People in the chat channel don't know that Wang Jiran is dead. At this time, the prices of food and water at the auction house skyrocketed, but no one was interested. The reason for this situation is simple. Crystal cores can only be obtained by killing zombies. Survivors who are able to kill zombies naturally have the ability to explore more places to find food and water. Take this city as an example. There are restaurants and small supermarkets everywhere, and it is possible for some residents to collect food and water at home. Therefore, for those survivors who are able to obtain the crystal cores, they have no shortage of food and water, and the crystal cores will definitely be kept for their own upgrades. As for those survivors who are not capable of fighting zombies, they cannot afford to buy crystal cores. So the prices of food and water in the auction house became what they are now. Zhang Chen would neither spend high-priced crystal cores to exchange for resources, nor would he exchange resources for energy crystal cores. Not only will the resources not be sold at all, but it will also expose the fact that you have abundant resources. Before Zhang Chen's strength reaches an absolute advantage, the best way is to stay hidden. There are already 15 survivors in the survivor camp. Our combat effectiveness is increasing rapidly. Now our combat team can kill about 3 zombies at the same time. We will be planning to capture a large supermarket nearby in the near future. Survivors who participate in the attack will have priority in resource allocation. Everyone is welcome to chat with me privately. Tell me your address and I will bring people to rescue you. Also, please be aware that I recently noticed a group of people, about 4 men and 2 women, who seem to be robbing lone survivors. Please protect yourself. Zheng Hao showed up again at the right time to make his presence felt. Shared some information by the way. Has the camp grown in number again? Zhang Chen remained silent. It is true that there is strength in numbers. Teamwork has its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages. In the end times, especially when resources are extremely scarce, the evil of human nature is often displayed to the extreme. Zhang Chen looked at the chat channel for a while. Suddenly a piece of information caught Zhang Chen's attention. It's another boring day on the top floor. Today I saw 3 survivors being eaten by zombies. Zombies like to hide in dark corners. Everyone must observe carefully when going out. Be careful. You only have 1 life. Also, a friendly reminder, there are a large number of zombies on Yingbin Road. They are so densely packed that you can't see the end. Friends nearby, please make sure to take a DT. Fuck, there are some weird creatures in this tide of corpses. They look really disgusting and are crawling on the ground. There are also giant zombies taller than buses. Oh my god, this is simply a zombie expo. Friends near Yingbin Road, if possible, it's best to stay away from there. Chapter 19: The Origin of the Drawings. As soon as these words came out, the chat channel immediately exploded. Shit, no way, I thought these ordinary zombies were the limit, could there be something even more terrifying? This is taller than a bus, is it still a zombie? It's simply a monster. Didn't the system say that the game would be gradually unblocked after 30 days? How come there are such perverted zombies now? I don't even know where I am. Where is Yingbin Road? How can I get around? It's killing me. Absorbing energy crystal cores can improve your strength, let's kill the zombies quickly. This world is already so horrible now. After 30 days, it will be like hell. Damn, I have to remove the energy crystal core from the transaction immediately. This thing really can't be sold. Please give me shelter, please give me shelter. There are 6 of us sisters together. Please give me protection, my powerful brother. Zhang Chen was also slightly surprised by the message just now. I didn't expect that the zombies would become so perverted when being suppressed. Taller than a bus. In this case, I really need to improve myself as soon as possible. Zhang Chen took out the design drawing of the sharpened tang sword. Originally, he planned to wait until his strength reached the human limit before synthesizing this weapon. But now it looks like, let us synthesize it first. After all, even if it reaches the limit of human physique, the damage is far less than that of a handy weapon. Click to synthesize. Ding! You lost 10 metal weapons, energy cores 10. Congratulations on obtaining the sharpened alloy Tang Dao. A tang sword with a cold glow appeared in front of Zhang Chen. There are subtle patterns engraved on the blade that look very textured. Let's try out the effect of this weapon. Zhang Chen took the tang sword and gently waved it at the coffee table. Swish! There was a flash of cold light. Zhang Chen didn't even feel any resistance. I saw that a corner of the wooden coffee table was cut off. So sharp. If you use a fire axe to chop, not only does it require a lot of strength, but the cut surface will definitely not be so smooth. With this weapon, killing zombies becomes easier. Zhang Chen put the weapon back with satisfaction. Ding dong. Suddenly, someone sent a private message. It was Zhao Xie who exchanged a map and a key for half a bottle of water from Zhang Chen yesterday. Are you there? Exist. I have the blueprint for a basic water purifier. Can I exchange it for some drinking water? I'm dying of thirst. Zhang Chen clicked on the drawing. Primary water purifier blueprint requires 1 ordinary water purifier and 5 energy crystal cores. Primary water purifier can purify polluted water into slightly polluted water. Slightly polluted water can be used for washing, bathing, watering, etc. However, it cannot be drunk, as drinking it has a high probability of causing diarrhea and dysentery. This thing may not be useful to others. After all the hassles, the purified water is not drinkable. It's totally useless, right? But for Zhang Chen, it means something different. Meat potatoes need water and fertilizer to grow. Fertilizer is easy to get, there are hundreds of them stacked in the storage space. But there is clearly not enough water for irrigation. We can't let Zhang Chen use the drinking water to water the flowers. That's too luxurious. Okay, but you have to tell me where you got this blueprint. Zhang Chen asked. It's really strange. I killed so many zombies, but in the end, not a single blueprint came out. And Wang Jiran didn't kill any zombies, but he actually had the design drawings of the Tang sword. Zhao Xie was trapped in the security room, but she was able to get the design drawings. What is going on? Is this also one of the conditions for exchange? Zhao Xie asked hesitantly. Yes, I can even say, your information is far more valuable than this blueprint. If the information you provide is useful to me, I will consider trading you half a bottle of water. Zhang Chen said. Of course, this half bottle of water is still the leftover from what I just drank. Oh well. You'll find out sooner or later anyway. I noticed there were a lot of supply boxes on college campuses. I took advantage of the zombies at the door not paying attention and opened a supply box not far away, and got this blueprint. Zhao Xie answered truthfully. She felt that Zhang Chen was a good person, so she was willing to share the true situation. Lots of boxes of supplies. Zhang Chen was attracted by this sentence. He just entered the game, opened a level 1 supply box, and got a physical potion. Make yourself one step ahead of others. If you can be the first to grab the supply boxes on the university campus, this will definitely give you a huge advantage. Really, I didn't lie to you. What I opened was a level 1 supply box. It was made of wood and looked very simple. I saw boxes of supplies at the entrance of the teaching building and on the playground on campus. I also saw a golden level 3 supply box. It's just that there were too many zombies around, so I just took a quick glance and ran back. Zhao Xie was afraid that Zhang Chen would not believe it, so he described the location and appearance of the supply box in detail. Zhang Chen had never seen a level 3 supply box, but the description of the level 1 supply box was exactly the same as what he had seen. Well, I believe you. Zhang Chen said calmly. Thank you for believing in me. I knew you were a good person. Zhao Xie said with a little emotion. I'm not a good person, and I suggest you don't trust good people easily. Anyone can pretend, especially a girl as pretty as you. She is the target of other male survivors. Trusting others will not end well. Zhang Chen corrected coldly. I understand, I know you are doing me good. I am capable of protecting myself. Thank you. Zhao Xie said this and displayed the energy crystal core 3. She looked at the handsome man in the chat avatar and felt warm in her heart. Did you kill zombies? Seeing the energy crystal core, Zhang Chen couldn't help but be stunned. Yeah, there happened to be a military dagger in the supply box, so I tried it. I was pretty scared the first time I killed a zombie, and I was really nervous. But I feel like if we launch a surprise attack, our chances of winning are still very high. It's a pity that a sneak attack requires opportunities, and such opportunities are rare. Zhao Xie excitedly shared her experiences with Zhang Chen. Chapter 20 Howling Moon Wolf King. This girl can actually kill zombies. This made Zhang Chen look at this beautiful girl who looked weak and fragile with new respect. Many girls in the chat channel would rather sell themselves than step out of the room. I dare not even face the zombies. Just waiting for others' charity or help. But Zhao Xia actually dared to kill zombies. And killed at least 5 or 6 zombies. Are you there? What's wrong? Why are you silent? Is he in danger? Hurry up and answer me, don't scare me. Seeing that Zhang Chen didn't reply for a long time, Zhao Xia couldn't help but feel anxious. He asked hurriedly. No, I'm just surprised. You are so powerful that you can kill so many zombies. Zhang Chen replied. Don't underestimate me, I'm a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Besides, as long as you don't make any noise, these zombies are easy to deal with in a one-on-one situation. Zhao Xia said proudly. Oh, that's right. She seemed to suddenly remember something and said. I collected a locked diary from a zombie today. I see you like some weird things, I didn't know this is useless to you. Zhang Chen clicked on the locked diary. This is a diary of the natives of the old world. There is nothing special about the system. But at this time, the prompt box appeared in time. Collecting more diaries like this will help you understand mutant monsters and this world. Also, who writes a diary? Can you understand mutant monsters? By the way, the monsters in front of us have all been suppressed. Who knows how terrifying a monster that is not suppressed can be? Know some things in advance to be prepared. This diary is fine, what do you want in exchange? Zhang Chen asked. It's just a diary. If you like it, I'll give it to you. Zhao Xia smiled sweetly and then sent the transaction directly. She placed the blood-stained diary on the transaction box and clicked the lock button directly. As long as Zhang Chen clicks lock and confirm, the transaction will be successful. I don't like taking other people's things for free. Zhang Chen pondered for a moment, then placed the pink bear quilt from Building 3 on the trading box. Click the deal. How did you know I needed a quilt? The ground is too cold at night, and I often wake up from the cold. It's much better with this. At least I can sleep comfortably at night. It's still my favorite pink, thank you. Zhao Xia said excitedly. She took the quilt and sniffed it, and it seemed to still have the scent of Zhang Chen's manliness. This made her face blush. Well, if you have anything good in the future, you can contact me directly. I can give you more than the auction price. Zhang Chen said. Okay, thank you. Zhao Xia sent a smiling face. I'll rest first. Going to bed early can save some food and water. Bye. Good night. After the transaction was completed, Zhang Chen closed the chat box. Most survivors would indeed be like Zhao Xia when they lack food and water. Try to go to bed early or lie down flat. Reduce energy consumption. But Zhang Chen is different. If food and water were money, he is definitely a super rich man in the apocalypse now. Hundreds of servings of food and water are something that no survivor would dare to even think about. It's time for dinner. Zhang Chen hummed a little tune and lit the gas stove. There's no way, the frozen meat hasn't been eaten yet. I have to continue eating meat for the next few meals. Oh, it's so monotonous and boring. Is this what people say? If other survivors see Zhang Chen eating meat every day and still feel bored, I must be so angry that I die. Most of the survivors now rely on the canned luncheon meat distributed by the system. If you save money, one portion can be eaten as 2 days' food. Some people even try some unknown wild fruits to satisfy their hunger. And Zhang Chen was actually eating meat with big mouthfuls. It's also about survival. You're taking this too far. Sizzle. The meat slices with the right amount of fat and lean meat emit bursts of fragrance on the pan. When one side of the meat was fried until golden brown, Zhang Chen used a spatula to turn it over. Start frying the other side. Frying meat is also a very technical job. Don't turn it over too often. This will quickly evaporate the juice and moisture in the meat. The meat will be very hard and difficult to eat after being fried in this way. On the contrary, frying the meat on one side thoroughly before frying the other side can lock in the juices and preserve the flavor of the meat. The most important thing is that it is fragrant, soft and delicious. This is the experience Zhang Chen has gained from eating barbecue over the years. The other side is almost cooked. Only then did Zhang Chen add some salt and black pepper to the meat slices. It's out of the pot. A rich fragrance instantly filled the entire room. It's time to start. Zhang Chen had prepared the tableware and was about to start eating. Suddenly, he felt as if a pair of eyes were staring at him in the corner. What? Zhang Chen subconsciously crouched down and rolled on the ground. Then he habitually took out the explosion-proof shield and sharpened Tang's sword. Woo-raw. This sound. A little immature. Zhang Chen looked carefully and discovered. In the corner of the kitchen, there stood a furry white puppy about 20 centimeters long. It bared its teeth at Zhang Chen and growled in a baby voice. Alien energy beast Howling Moon Wolf King Cub, combat talent S level, can be tamed. Howling Moon Wolf King? This name seems pretty cool. Can it be tamed as a pet? Or S level? Zhang Chen's eyes lit up. Woof. The little guy bared his teeth and looked at Zhang Chen warily. It was probably attracted by the smell of meat. The little cutie mentioned in the previous hint should be this guy. Come on, TSK, eat some meat. Zhang Chen put away his weapon and shield, cut a small piece of meat and placed it in his hand. The whole person squatted on the ground, looking at the white puppy in the distance with a smile. Woof. The puppy is still very alert. He raised his head, as if he was having a psychological struggle with himself. It's delicious, try it. Zhang Chen put the piece of meat in his mouth and chewed it vigorously, making a loud noise on purpose. This time, the puppy couldn't help it. It opened its clear eyes wide and stared at Zhang Chen's mouth without blinking. Saliva flowed down the corners of its mouth. Here, this piece of meat is for you. Zhang Shi cut another piece. This time he put it on the ground and looked at the puppy with a smile. Woo woo. The puppy couldn't resist the smell of meat and walked cautiously to Zhang Chen. He quickly picked up the meat and swallowed it in 2 or 3 bites. Then he quickly took a few steps back and returned to the corner again. Continued to stare at Zhang Chen vigilantly. Chapter 21 I'll just call you Erpan. Alienated Energy Beast Cub, Favorability, 20. When the favorability reaches 100, it will be permanently bound to its master and will never betray him. The current combat effectiveness of the Alienated Energy Beast Cubs is equivalent to that of an extremely strong human with weapons. The fighting power of such a small puppy is actually comparable to mine? Bar. Who are you looking down on? Could this be a mistake? Zhang Chen was very surprised by the content of the prompt. Forget it, let us tame it first. Oh, eating meat can increase favorability? That's easy. Zhang Chen cut another piece and this time threw it directly in front of the puppy. Eat it. The puppy didn't hesitate and lowered his head and started chewing. After a while, he ate it all. Finally, it licked its lips with satisfaction. The meaning seemed to be asking, anything else? Alienated Energy Beast Cub, Favorability, 40. It has increased again. What a glutton. Zhang Chen simply cut a piece of beef into several pieces, put them on a plate, and placed it in front of himself. This time, the puppy was obviously much less wary of Zhang Chen. It walked over happily with its tail up and started eating with big mouthfuls. Alienated Energy Beast Cub, Favorability, 60. Alienated Energy Beast Cub, Favorability, 80. Alienated Energy Beast Cub, Favorability, 100. Just after the puppy finished eating all the beef on the plate, his eyes suddenly lit up. A faint light emanated from his whole body. Then, the system also sent a prompt. Ding! Congratulations on successfully taming a battle pet. Please give your pet a name. Name? This puppy is snow white and furry and very cute. Another species as domineering as the Howling Moon Wolf King. So I just call. 2 fat guys. Erpan was a Labrador that Zhang Chen had raised before. The puppy in front of me is just as greedy for food as the Labrador. Erpan. Zhang Chen called softly. Woof. Erpan seemed to understand that Zhang Chen was calling him. It wagged its tail happily and rubbed against Zhang Chen's trouser leg affectionately. So good. Zhang Chen gently touched Erpan's furry little head. With someone to accompany me in the end times, I won't be lonely anymore. Zhang Chen clicked on the pet interface, and Erpan's basic information immediately popped up. Name, Erpan. Species, Energy Mutant Beast Howling Moon Wolf King. Growth stage, Cub. As the growth stage increases, the combat power will increase significantly, and new skills will be mastered. Favorite food, meat, zombies, mutant animals, mutant insects. Skill. Multiplied combat. After entering the battle, size, strength, speed, and mass will increase exponentially. This little guy can actually eat zombies? Zhang Chen's heart moved. He quickly took out a lump of mutated fertilizer from the storage space. I found an iron basin from the kitchen and put it inside. This thing was collected from zombies. I don't know if Erpang can eat it. Come on, Erpang, try this. Zhang Chen tapped the iron basin gently with his hand. Woof. When Erpang saw such a big piece of meat, his tail wagged like an electric fan. He rushed over happily. Then he started chewing it in big mouthfuls. Mutated fertilizer can indeed be used as dog food. Zhang Chen was overjoyed. If that were the case, I wouldn't have to waste food by sharing it with Erpang. This guy is so small now, but he eats more than me. Zhang Chen is still worried about where to get food for it when it grows up. Now all the problems are solved at once. There are more than 200 pieces of mutated fertilizers in the storage space. It's definitely enough for Erpang to eat for a while. Perfect. This little guy Erpang really loves to eat. Not to mention eating a pound of beef. And ate a whole bunch of mutant fertilizer. You should know that this big pot of mutated fertilizer looks bigger than Erpang. In the end, this guy ate it all. I ate so much that my belly is so round. Erpang licked his lips, then staggered towards Zhang Chen step by step. With a plop, he fell to the ground. After a while, he closed his eyes and fell asleep. What a carefree little guy. Eat and sleep. Zhang Chen ate the remaining beef. Then it took some more time to fry the entire piece of frozen meat. Stored in the storage ring. Because the time in the storage ring is still. So you don't have to worry about the items stored here expiring. Put the hot fried meat in and it will always be steaming hot no matter when you take it out. It's like it was just fried for a few seconds. In this way, Zhang Chen can eat steaming hot fried meat anytime from now on. No need to waste time running back to cook. Afterwards, Zhang Chen combined the water purifier in the room and 5 energy crystal cores into a primary water purifier. Something like a purifier filter. On one side is a sprinkler head and on the other side is an adjustable water inlet. Zhang Chen pressed it on the shower head in the shower room. Gently turned on the water supply switch. Wow. The originally reddish-brown polluted water instantly turned into clear and transparent water. Zhang Chen knew that although the water looked clean, but it still pollutes the water source. It is definitely not okay to drink it directly. But taking a shower is always possible. Shower gel and shampoo are all available. Zhang Chen took a bath comfortably. Then I had a good sleep in bed. The next day, Zhang Chen was woken up by Erpang's licking. The furry little guy kept licking Zhang Chen's face. After licking this side, lick the other side. Seeing Zhang Chen wake up, he excitedly jumped around on the bed and wagged his tail excitedly. Woof woof woof. Is it daybreak? Zhang Chen opened the electric blackout curtains. A ray of golden morning light instantly filled the entire room. For a moment, Zhang Chen had the illusion that he had returned to a peaceful era. Har har har. Erpang stuck out his tongue and panted with excitement. Well, you are hungry, it's time to eat. Zhang Chen smiled. He found that Erpang seemed to have grown a little taller than when he saw him yesterday. But the growth stage is still that of a cub. Come on, eat. Zhang Chen took out another large amount of mutated fertilizer and put it into the iron basin. Woof. Erpang sat obediently beside the iron basin. The tail sweeps the ground like a broom. You can eat now. After Zhang Chen signaled, it began to eat with big mouthfuls. The little guy is quite well behaved. Chapter 22 Encountering a robbery team. Zhang Chen went up the stairs to the roof. Pull out all the weird plants in the pots. Then I placed the 5 fleshy potato seeds in several large flower pots. Then I poured some water on it. The meat potato seeds have begun to germinate, and it will take another 120 days to mature. 120 days. So it takes for months to mature? Let alone for months, we don't know what the world will be like in a month. By the way, you can use mutant fertilizers. Isn't this thing said to speed up the maturity of crops? Zhang Chen took out a large bowl of mutated fertilizer. Ding! Each crop can only use fertilizer once a day. Are you sure you want to use the mutated fertilizer? Note, using mutated fertilizers can shorten the maturity period of meat potatoes by 10 days. Only shortened by 10 days. It seems a bit less than ideal. Zhang Chen frowned. At present, these first 30 days are relatively safe. We should take this opportunity to accumulate more food. No one knows what will happen in 30 days. Therefore, the more the cycle is shortened, the more meat and potatoes are produced, and the more food will be accumulated. Synthesis. Zhang Chen directly synthesized 10 mutated fertilizers into one accelerated fertilizer. Accelerating fertilizer can shorten the growth cycle of meat and potatoes by 60 days. This is fine. Although the total time shortened by the accelerated fertilizer is shorter than the time shortened by 10 mutant fertilizers. But time is running out, so I can only choose to accelerate the fertilizer. Use speed up fertilizer. Ding! Successfully used. The growth of the meat potato seemed to be put under a fast-forward camera. From rooting, sprouting to growth. It is changing rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. Soon, 5 large leaf plants about half a meter tall appeared in the flower pot. It will take another 60 days for the meat and potatoes to mature. Only half of the accelerated fertilizer has been used, and I can still use it tomorrow. Zhang Chen piled the accelerating fertilizer next to the flower pot. After a quick breakfast, he took Erpang away from building number 8. Erpang followed Zhang Chen obediently. Occasionally I would look around and get distracted. Or go to a corner of the ground and smell it. But soon, it will catch up with Zhang Chen. One person and one pet soon arrived at the main entrance of the community. At this moment, a scene occurred that made Zhang Chen angry. A group of 4 or 5 survivors were killing the zombies that Zhang Chen had designed to lure in yesterday through the main gate of the community. The woman in the tree was rescued and her hands were tied to a lamppost. Like a prisoner. The weapons of these survivors varied, some were holding baseball bats, some were holding fruit knives, and some were holding machetes. They are busy clearing out the zombies gathered at the main entrance of the community. With the protection of the community fence, zombies cannot attack the survivors. For these survivors, it was a huge bargain. But they didn't think about who designed to lure these zombies here. They are plundering Zhang Chen's spoils. Hey, what are you guys doing? Zhang Chen shouted angrily. With a swish, the sharpened tang sword appeared. The other hand held up a blast shield. Erpang also felt his master's anger, bared his teeth and let out a warning growl. Someone. Several people turned around nervously. When you see that there is only one person on the other side. There is also a puppy next to him. My vigilance dropped a lot in an instant. What? A burly bearded man glanced at the woman in low-cut clothing. I thought Zhang Chen was coming for the woman. He couldn't help but chuckle and said. I saw this woman first, and now she belongs to me. If you want, you can trade it for food. Or, I think your tang sword is pretty good, you can give it to me to play with. And this puppy, although it's a little small, it can be used as a snack for us. Har har har. When the other people heard what the bearded man said, greedy looks appeared in their eyes. He laughed maliciously. Woman. What woman? I'm talking about zombies. Let go of those zombies. That's mine. Now I'll give you 2 options. First, stay away from those zombie corpses. Get out of here immediately, and I won't kill you. Second, I will kill you all, and then go collect zombies. It's your choice. Zhang Chen said slowly. A murderous aura arises. This time it did not retreat into the corner, but excitedly wagged its tail at Zhang Chen. Fuck, this kid is pretty crazy. You're just one person, why are you so arrogant? You don't think there's still a first-come first-served rule in this world? Har har har, I think this kid hasn't figured out the situation yet. There are so many of us, but his alone. And he wants to kill us. We found these zombies, so they belong to us, including this woman. A few younger brothers started to laugh and laugh. The bearded man also smiled, and suddenly said with a grim expression. If you had run away immediately, I might not have taken the initiative to chase a lone survivor, and you would still have a chance of survival. Now. I've changed my mind. I'll take this tang sword, this puppy, and the things in your storage space. As the bearded man spoke, he brought a few of his younger brothers and slowly began to surround Zhang Chen. Zhang Chen observed the other party's personnel configuration coldly. 4 men and 1 woman, a machete, a baseball bat, 2 kitchen knives, and a fruit knife. 4 men and 1 woman. This suddenly reminded Zhang Chen of what happened in the chat channel yesterday. Someone said there were teams nearby robbing survivors. The members are 4 men and 2 women. Aren't they that group? Or is there another woman hiding? No matter what. A team of survivors who can move freely in the apocalypse. He is definitely not a good person. These days, either you offend others or keep your distance from others. Since I have offended you, I must root you out. I'm sorry, little friend. I'm also afraid of your revenge, so you will die here today. The bearded man stretched his shoulders and took out a cutting board from the space. This is a modified one. On the other side of the cutting board is a handshake that can be used as a shield. Others also took out their protective gear, such as frying pans, pot lids and the like. All that could be used was utilized. The dried blood stains on the shields indicated that these guys had gone through many battles. This idiot even brought a puppy with him. He must have plenty of food, otherwise how would he feed the puppies? You guys attack head on later, I'll go catch this bastard. Cut the bastard into pieces in front of this man. When he's distracted, take the opportunity to kill him. The tattooed woman continued to offer advice. Okay, let's do it. The bearded man opened his mouth wide and gave a sinister smile. This tattooed woman is the think tank of the entire team. At her suggestion, several people took the robbery route from the very beginning. On the first day, they killed several survivors and successfully stole food. After tasting the sweetness, it is unstoppable. Kill all the survivors and zombies you see along their way without leaving any alive. The reason why they didn't kill the woman who was wearing low-cut clothes was because they found that this woman had no bottom line in her pursuit of survival. Very easy to control. In the future, it can be used to seduce the survivors of the team and disintegrate them from within. Go, you little bastard, go to hell. The bearded man roared angrily and rushed over with his 3 younger brothers. No, there's a problem. Zhang Chen's face darkened. Chapter 23, Erpang's Fighting Power. Normally, if you want to fight, the best strategy is to take the opponent by surprise. The other party has been through many battles, it is impossible that he does not understand such a simple truth. But they deliberately said they wanted to kill me to arouse my vigilance. They must have some plan. And Zhang Chen noticed that the moment the bearded man finished speaking, he glanced diagonally upward and behind him. When fighting, both sides must stare at their opponents. The bearded man looking in this direction can only mean one thing. There is an ambush. The purpose of talking is to attract their attention. The real killer is yet to come. Zhang Chen figured out this truth in a flash. He then rolled over on the ground and raised his explosion-proof shield to block to the side. When? A loud bang. An arrow hit the explosion-proof shield hard and then bounced high into the air. Damn, there really is an ambush. There is another woman hiding in the dark, and her weapon is a bow and arrow. Zhang Chen had to admit that this group of robbers were really capable. Brutal, cunning, and knows how to ambush. Basically, it has all the conditions for survival in the apocalypse. It is really difficult for ordinary survivors to gain any benefits when facing such a team. If they had met Zhang Chen today, they would definitely become the overlord in the future. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong opponent. How is it possible? He found out about this. This guy is tougher than any opponent we've ever faced. If that's the case, we can't leave any of them alive. Brothers, let's go. Kill. The bearded man roared and rushed forward first. The tattooed girl dodged to the side and rushed towards Erpang. Just right, let me try out the power of the sharpened tang sword. Zhang Chen did not retreat but advanced and rushed towards the group of survivors. Zhang Chen did not choose to shoot, because with so many people, the problem could not be solved with just 1 or 2 shots. And the zombies were too close. They are extremely sensitive to sound. The sound of gunfire will drive the zombies crazy. By then, the community guardrails won't be able to stop them at all. They'll even pile on top of each other and rush over the guardrail. By then, not only will Zhang Chen's carefully designed layout be ruined. With a sharpened tang sword in hand, fighting for at once is not a problem. What's more, there's Erpang here. Erpang, get on with it. Zhang Chen roared angrily, raised his tang sword and chopped down at the bearded man's head. See Zhang Chen not defend but counterattack. The bearded man couldn't help but sneer in his heart, har har, you are still too young after all. What a great defensive tool a blast shield is. It has a large area, strong resistance to impact, and is transparent, so you can observe the opponent's action strategies. If Zhang Chen held up the shield to defend, a few of them had only such crude weapons as machetes, fruit knives and baseball bats. It's really hard to hurt Zhang Chen at all. But it's different now that Zhang Chen is taking the initiative to attack. As long as he blocked Zhang Chen's knife attack and then kicked him, The other three rushed forward and Zhang Chen was doomed to die. What an idiot! The bearded man sneered, then raised the chopping board to block it. He is of great build and very strong. The cutting board on the arm is made of thick solid wood. Even if you use a boning knife, it is difficult to cut through. There is no problem in blocking the Tang sword. Maybe the Tang sword will get stuck in the chopping board. If that were the case, the battle would be much easier. Puff. Laugh. Before the bearded man could finish his fantasy, I felt a chill in my arms. Half of the arm was cut off neatly by the chopping board, which was more than 10 centimeters thick. Blood gushed out from the wound on the broken arm. Arr! The bearded man screamed. Zhang Chen didn't give him a chance to react and stabbed him again. Chop off the bearded man's head. Phew! Blood gushed out like a fountain again, spraying all over the faces of the three people behind. Arr! The boss is dead. Revenge for the boss. Puff, puff, puff. Zhang Chen swung the knife 3 times quickly. Each blow directly cut off the opponent's weapon and then hit the body. Every blow draws blood. What about kitchen knives, baseball bats? In front of Zhang Chen's sharpened Tang sword, they are all like tofu. In an instant, the 4 men who had confronted Zhang Chen head on all fell in a pool of blood. How is this possible? The tattooed girl had just rushed to Erpang's side at this time. Before, she wanted to kill Erpang directly. Now seeing Zhang Chen being so brave, she had no choice but to capture Erpang as leverage to force Zhang Chen to spare her life. Thinking of this, the tattooed woman quickly put away the kitchen knife in her hand and reached out to grab the skin on the back of Erpang's neck. This area at the back of the neck is a weak point in both cats and dogs. Once you are caught, you will lose all your strength. However, just as the tattooed girl's hand was about to touch Erpang suddenly grew from a little wolf cub that was only 20 centimeters tall. It turned into a large werewolf with a body length of nearly 2 meters. The speed is even faster than inflating. White canine teeth longer than fingers protruded from his mouth. He exudes a dangerous aura. What's going on? Without waiting for the tattooed woman to react, Erpang bit the woman's arm hard and directly bit half of her arm. Then there was a burst of crazy shaking. It threw the woman into the air, then jumped up and bit her, dragging her on the ground. After just a few bites, the woman was half dead. One of my shoes fell off. He was about to die. Erpang then opened his mouth and called out to the woman a few times. Erpang, go catch this guy. Zhang Chen picked up the arrow that fell on the ground in his hand, put it next to Erpang's nose and let it sniff it. Ouch! Erpang let out a long roar towards the sky. Then he ran towards a building nearby. Please, kill me. The tattooed woman was lying on the ground, her upper body covered in blood. Blood was still oozing out of his mouth. It was obvious that he was dying. I don't want to become one of those monsters. The tattooed girl begged with her last bit of strength. Zhang Chen remained indifferent and stood beside the woman with an expressionless face. After a while, the woman died. Zhang Chen began to count the seconds. 1, 2, 3. When Zhang Chen counted to the 25th second, the tattooed woman on the ground suddenly opened her eyes, and her face was covered with purple veins. Phew! Zhang Chen inserted the Tang sword into the zombie's head. 25 seconds. It takes 25 seconds for a dead person to turn into a zombie. Maybe it will be slightly different depending on the person's physique, but the time is pretty much the same. At least it's not the type that takes a long time to change after death. Zhang Chen nodded and got another important piece of information. Chapter 24, Advancing to the Limit of Physical Fitness. After a while, Erpang came back with a woman in his mouth. This woman is dead and turned into a zombie. He was waving his arms around and opening his mouth wide, trying to bite Erpang. It's a pity that Erpang was holding the zombie's neck and couldn't bite anything. Very good, Erpang, solve it. Zhang Chen gave Erpang an encouraging look. Crunch. Erpang exerted a little force with his mouth and bit the zombie's head into pieces. The battle was over and Erpang had returned to the size of a cub, wagging his tail towards Zhang Chen as if to ask for credit. So good. Zhang Chen directly took out a lump of mutated fertilizer from the storage space and threw it to Erpang. The little guy has a particularly good appetite. I just finished eating in the morning and now I'm hungry again. He started eating with big mouthfuls. Ha! This woman is missing again. After Zhang Chen dealt with the 6 survivors, he suddenly found that the woman in low-cut dress had run away at some point. It seems that the end of the world has made her learn a lot. At least he knew to escape instead of standing here stupidly waiting for rescue. Forget it, forget about her, let's see what loot we have. Zhang Chen collected samples from the bodies of these people one by one. Ding! Congratulations! You have obtained Energy Crystal Core 83, Pure Water 23, Luncheon Meat Can 7, Storage Ring Fragment 97, Medicine 55, Strange Looking Key 1, Accurate Longbow 1, Arrow 283, Mutant Fertilizer 374, Clean Cloth 152. Arrow Blueprint 1, Accurate Longbow Blueprint 1, Primary Wall Design 1, Wood Gathering Skill 1, Expert Rock Climbing Skill, Clothing Master Skill. Accurate Longbow, no need to learn archery. After aiming at the target, the arrow will automatically correct its direction and cannot change direction during flight. Primary Wall Design, you can use wood to make a primary wall to resist the attacks of ordinary zombies. Wood Gathering, allows you to collect wood raw materials from trees and wooden products. Expert Rock Climbing Skills, make you a rock climbing master, able to climb most buildings and cliffs. Clothing Master Skill, allows you to make all recycled clothes, shoes, and protective gear. As your level increases, the manufactured products will have high-level rare quality and additional attributes. So many energy crystal cores. So many storage ring fragments. So many drawings. Zhang Chen was so happy that he couldn't stop smiling. This is really a big profit. It seems that this group of people has killed many people. Otherwise, where did so many storage ring fragments come from? Ding! It has been detected that the storage ring can be upgraded. Do you want to upgrade it immediately? As soon as the resources were collected, the system popped up a prompt. Upgrade now. Ding! You lost 100 storage ring fragments and 50 energy crystal cores. Congratulations on upgrading your storage ring from level 2 to level 3. The storage space has been expanded from 24 to 48 slots. Open the Vehicle Warehouse. Space, 1 grid. Vehicle Warehouse, can store vehicles of any size. To upgrade from level 3 to level 4, you need 200 storage ring fragments and 100 energy crystal cores. Tip: storage ring level 5 can open the building warehouse and store buildings. Hiss. Seeing the properties of the level 3 storage ring, Zhang Chen couldn't help but gasp. This ring is simply a magical artifact. The capacity doubles with each upgrade. It's only level 3 and it already has a 48-slot backpack. In this case, there is room for almost everything. Even if Zhang Chen added some daily necessities, there would be enough. And the level 3 ring also allows for the storage of a vehicle. With a car with you, the success rate of escape will be greatly improved. No matter how fast zombies run, can they be faster than cars? What attracted Zhang Chen the most were the attributes of the level 5 ring. Can store buildings. In other words, can Zhang Chen carry his own shelter with him? Wherever you go, you can settle down with peace of mind. This is simply not too cool. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Chen learned the Clothing Master skills, Expert Rock Climbing skills and Wood Gathering skills. Zhang Chen took a look at the current situation of the Energy Crystal Core. Current upgrade progress 87-100. Zhang Chen looked at the zombies at the main entrance of the community. It was a dark mass, with at least 40 or 50 zombies. It seems that I can definitely upgrade to the limit of human physique today. Half an hour later. The zombies at the main entrance of the community were reduced to corpses on the ground. It's easy to kill through their community wall. The zombies' hands couldn't reach out, and only a head was exposed on their wall. It's completely like a lamb to be slaughtered. After an inventory, Zhang Chen also collected 28 energy crystal cores, 230 mutant fertilizers, 120 clean cloths, 8 blood-stained keys, 5 car keys, 2 clean sanitary napkins, 32 Egret brand cigarettes, 3 storage ring fragments. Sanitary napkin. Cigarette? These zombies have a lot of stuff on them. As for the storage ring fragment, it is most likely a survivor who was infected by zombies at the beginning of the game. Currently, this thing only appears on survivors. Current upgrade progress 115-100. Ding! Upgrade conditions have been detected. Do you want to upgrade immediately? Upgrade. In an instant, Zhang Chen felt a powerful energy surge into his body. Every inch of muscle is full of strength. The senses have also become more acute. Even the world in front of me seems to be clearer. Ding! Congratulations! You have reached the human physical limit. Is this the limit of human physical fitness? Zhang Chen looked at the chest-high community wall, supported himself with his left hand, and jumped lightly. The whole person flipped over easily. The collar of his clothes didn't even touch the edge of the fence. So easy. Zhang Chen looked at the residential building next to him. A running start and a jump forward. The whole person actually used inertia to rush up to the height of the 5th floor on the smooth and flat wall in one breath. Once the force is released, Zhang Chen felt a powerful downward force coming towards him. Instinctively, he rubbed the wall lightly with the sole of his shoe to slow down his falling speed. Then it fell lightly to the ground. It was a 5-story building and there was no assistance during the falling process. In the end, nothing happened when I landed. This is simply unbelievable. You know, there was a news report before about someone falling from the 5th floor and dying. Is this the limit of human physical fitness? Chapter 25, A Truckload of Canned Beef. Getting rich. Zhang Chen is very satisfied with his condition. He continued to check the upgrade panel. To upgrade to Awakener, 15,200 energy crystal cores are required. Still 185 energy crystal cores short. That means at least 300 more zombies are needed. Hiss. Zhang Chen took a breath of cold air. The zombies around the community have been almost cleared out by myself. If you want to kill more zombies, you must continue exploring other unfamiliar environments. Going to an unknown place is inherently dangerous. It's easy inside the community because the entire community is closed and there are only 1 or 2 doors for entry and exit. Zombies don't have much mobility. Basically, the more you kill, the less you have. But the environment on the street outside was different. The main roads are interconnected, and if you are not careful, you might attract all the zombies from several blocks. Not only are their numbers huge, but they are also easily attacked from both sides. By then, let alone killing the zombies, you may not even have time to escape. We must think of a safe way to kill the zombies. Zhang Chen looked at the car keys in his hand one by one. This is the key to a red car, power 1.6. This is the key to a white SUV, power 1.8T. This is the key of a taxi, power 1.4. This is the key to a heavy truck, with 600 horsepower. Heavy truck? That's it. Zhang Chen's eyes lit up. Holding a riot shield and a tang sword, he slowly groped his way towards the main road. Last night, the scent of the low-cut woman attracted most of the zombies. So the roads around here are very clean. There were only a few wandering zombies. Zhang Chen solved it easily in no time. He climbed onto the roof of an SUV and looked around. Soon a heavy truck carrying a blue container was found. That's it. Zhang Chen eliminated the 2 zombies wandering around the heavy truck. Then focus on the container. Not only are there no zombies here, but there are also 5,000 boxes of well-packaged canned beef. With such luck, you should really buy a lottery ticket. 5,000 cartons of canned beef. Zhang Chen was overjoyed. He lightly slashed with his tang sword and the lock on the outside of the container was cut off. Opened the iron door of the container. It was filled with neatly arranged boxes of canned beef. Zhang Chen randomly pulled out a box of canned beef and opened it to take a look. Each box contains 6 canned beef in round sealed tins. Each can contains 500 grams. If converted, a box of 6 cans is 6 kilograms. 5,000 boxes in a container means 30,000 cans equals 30,000 kilograms. This is really a windfall. 30,000 kilograms of canned beef. Even if Zhang Chen eats 2 cans a day, it will last for 15,000 days. Equivalent to 40 years. I didn't expect to encounter such a good thing. Zhang Chen hurriedly put all the cans into the storage space. It only took up 1 space, and it said well-packaged canned beef 30,000. Cool. This storage space is truly more than what a heavy truck can hold. The show will begin next. Zhang Chen put Erpang in the passenger seat. Sit in the driving seat yourself. It took some time to familiarize myself with the car controls in this world. Fortunately, the cultural development of the 2 worlds is similar. Soon, Zhang Chen mastered the essentials of driving this heavy truck. Start killing zombies. Zhang Chen first put the car in reverse gear. Boom! The heavy truck engine made a loud roar. The unknown birds perched on the tree were so frightened that they flapped their wings and flew away in panic. Well. Hee hee. A few zombies staggered out from the shops on the street. They are all attracted by the roar of heavy truck engines. This is just the beginning. Back up. Zhang Chen didn't even look at the rearview mirror and directly put the car in reverse gear. He stepped hard on the accelerator. Boom! The heavy truck suddenly reversed and knocked the parked car on the road to the side like a piece of dead wood. R. Hee hee. The zombies around seemed to be activated and rushed towards the heavy truck frantically. Very good, that's it. Zhang Chen smiled slightly. He ignored the zombies that were pouring out from the surrounding shops like a tide. Instead, it changed to forward gear. The big truck turned left and rushed into a small alley. Zhang Chen had observed this alley in advance. There are almost no cars here. There were 7 or 8 zombies wandering on the road. This is a great place for a drag race. Zhang Chen drove the truck slowly into the alley. The car was not going very fast, and it maintained a certain safe distance from the group of zombies behind it. The zombies can't rush up, but they won't be thrown away either. DD. The heavy truck's heavy and loud whistle sounded. This sound directly attracted all the zombies in half a block. Zhang Chen could only hear the growling sounds of zombies everywhere, as well as the messy and dense footsteps. Here it comes. Snap. A sound. The glass on the second and third floors on both sides of the alley was shattered. Dozens of zombies jumped out of the window. Wow. A swarm of zombies, so dense that it was impossible to distinguish even the slightest sound, poured out from the side door of the nearby neighborhood. Because the space at the door is too small. Many zombies started to pile up. One on top of another, they climbed over the iron gate and fell down heavily. However, these zombies don't feel any pain at all. Some of the zombies had broken ankles, revealing their white bones. Still rushing towards the heavy truck madly. Roar. When Erpang saw such a group of zombies, he couldn't help but let out a low growl. All the hair on his body stood up. I feel like I'm about to enter combat mode at any time. Be good, Erpang, we are safe here. These ordinary zombies can't do anything to us. Zhang Chen said confidently. As he spoke, he honked the horn wildly. More and more zombies are pouring in here. We were about to be surrounded by heavy trucks. At this time, the regional chat channel was also in an uproar. What was that sound? Did you hear anything just now? It sounded like a car horn. I heard it. The sound is as loud as an air raid sirens. This idiot, doesn't he know that zombies are attracted to sound? I'm hiding at home, not even daring to breathe, and yet someone is making such a loud noise. Shit, someone must have been driven crazy by the end of the world and is going to die. I think the sound is the horn of a large truck. It's so loud that it probably attracted all the zombies in the surrounding blocks. Oh my god, I saw this truck, it's just downstairs from where I am. There are already hundreds of zombies densely gathered around him. I don't know what he wants to do. I'm on the roof. The good news is that the zombies on the welcoming road are not affected by the sound of the horn. The bad news is, the zombies in the entire block have indeed been attracted there. These zombies are like streams flowing into the sea. It is estimated that there are still 200-300 zombies on the way. If this guy doesn't drive and walk, he will probably be surrounded and killed by zombies here. No way, why die somewhere else but downstairs of my house? There are hundreds of zombies here, and I don't even have a chance to go out. As the number of zombies increased, they almost blocked the entire alley. Just when everyone thought Zhang Chen was dead. Suddenly, the heavy truck started moving. Chapter 26, Experience Surges and Continuous Upgrades. Huh? This guy just remembered to drive now? Could he have fallen asleep just now? Hiss. If I drive in this situation, I have no chance at all. I will definitely die. The survivor living near the truck can quickly move to another place to hide while the truck is attracting the zombies' attention. The truck has attracted all the zombies around, which means that except for this alley, other places are safe. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? I'll change places right now. Fuck, this car actually started moving. The zombie swarm couldn't stop it. How is that possible? I've been trapped in an SUV before, and I know very well that if there are too many zombies, it's impossible to drive away. Besides, in his situation, the zombies are simply blocking the road. Soon, the survivors on the roof sent a set of videos. The heavy truck suddenly accelerated like a tiger entering a flock of sheep. The zombies blocking the road were instantly crushed under the wheels. Because the starting force was too great and the car was going too fast, it actually knocked several zombies in the distance away. How is it possible? He actually drove out. Yeah, the zombies are no match for it. It's so cool to watch. The power of a heavy truck should be between 400–600 horsepower. Horsepower means, as the name suggests, the pulling force of a horse. A heavy truck can generate hundreds of horsepower of propulsion. A few hundred zombies will definitely not be able to stop it. Damn, aren't you trying to be cool here? You're such a lunatic. I think this guy just likes to show off and wants us to pay attention to him. As they were talking, the heavy truck had already cut a bloody path out, leaving a bloody wheel mark behind. After this, only some of the zombies that were hit died. Most of his body bones were broken and he collapsed to the ground. Some zombies are still trying hard to crawl on the ground, trying to catch up with the heavy trucks. Oh, it would be awesome if I had a heavy truck like this. I could go wherever I want, and even zombies couldn't stop me. What are you thinking upstairs? I did collect car keys from the zombies I killed, but there are so many cars on the road, I have no idea which one is which. How can it be so easy to get the key of a heavy truck and find the car by chance? The probability is so low that it's almost like winning the lottery. Do you need a girlfriend, my dear brother who drives a heavy truck? I can sit in the passenger seat, help with navigation, and take care of all your needs. Brother, I'm in the dormitory of Chenyang University. Come and save me. There are 6 of us in total. There are all kinds of girls. Huh? What's going on? This big truck is coming back again. Amidst a chorus of astonishment, Zhang Chen was seen driving a heavy truck and turning around at the intersection. Then he accelerated again and rushed back into the alley. This time, the speed is faster and the impact force is stronger. All I could hear were continuous sounds of plop, plop, creak, and creak. The zombies' limbs and bodies kept hitting the front of the car. The tires of heavy trucks are very large, with a diameter of more than 1 meter. So the whole car is very high. The zombies could only hit the front of the car and couldn't even touch the glass. Occasionally some blood splattered on the glass. Zhang Chen turned on the wipers and wiped them clean easily. Another round of riding the waves in the tide of zombies. This time, after the big truck ran over the ground, there was a thick layer of zombies lying on it. Only a few were able to stand up, while most of them lay on the ground with their mouths open, unable to move. Some zombies even had their bodies folded back and forth. But they felt no pain and continued to stretch their hands towards the direction where the heavy truck was going away. Zhang Chen turned around again at the intersection on the other side. Then they came back and did another bloodbath. The fewer zombies there are, the harder it is to crush them. In the end, there were still 13 or 14 zombies left, and they couldn't be suppressed. Zhang Chen no longer bothered about these details. He pulled over to the side of the road. Then he got out of the car and swung the knife more than a dozen times. Cut off the heads of the remaining dozen or so zombies. Then he started to finish off the dying zombies on the ground one by one. At this point, everyone in the chat room finally understood. Zhang Chen didn't want to die, nor did he want to attract attention. But killing zombies? I actually came up with this way of killing zombies. Efficient and safe. This is too fierce. We have always been thinking about how to avoid being discovered by zombies, but some people are actually thinking about how to kill zombies. The gap is too big. So terrifying. Really so terrifying. I'm afraid his strength is already above ours. Boss, do you want to be my younger brother? I'm self-reliant. I just need to follow you to kill zombies and have some soup. This big guy has been silent the whole time. He is really a ruthless man who doesn't talk much. It's a pity that I can't see the boss's face clearly, otherwise we could have a private chat. Big brother, please lead me, please form a team. Zhang Chen doesn't he know yet that he has become a celebrity in the regional chat channel. He had no time to pay attention to the chat. Daytime is the best time to kill zombies and increase your strength. Waste such precious time on chatting? It's simply a brain disease. Zhang Chen killed all the zombies with low health one by one. Then the collection began. This collection is awesome. An entire street filled with zombie corpses. Congratulations on receiving Energy Crystal Core 236, Mutant Fertilizer 2132, clean cloth 758, damaged car key 34, damaged key 72, wrinkled pollution source defense map 1, crushed cigarette 33, tattered notebook 3, cash 2,735 yuan. The resources collected this time were quite tragic. Except for the unchanging things such as energy crystal cores, mutated fertilizers and clean cloths. Most of the other supplies were damaged during the repeated crushing by heavy trucks. It's a bit of a pity. But, compared to this huge amount of energy crystal cores, this little loss is nothing. Zhang Chen smiled slightly and threw all the damaged items to the ground. Then he casually touched the heavy truck. In an instant, the heavy truck was immediately put into the storage space. Ding! Upgrade conditions have been detected. Energy Crystal Core, 251-200, upgrade immediately. Chapter 27 Jewel Talents opened. Of course it's upgraded. Zhang Chen made a prompt decision and chose yes. As a powerful energy quickly flows through their body, Zhang Chen suddenly felt that he was filled with infinite power. The skin on the surface of his body began to turn red and his body temperature rose sharply. When Erpang saw this situation, he shouted in worry. Zhang Chen knew that it was the energy crystal core that was improving his body. The original body has reached the limit of what the human body can bear. If you want to burst out more powerful power, you must transform your body. About a few minutes later, the burning sensation gradually subsided. Zhang Chen's skin also returned to its normal color. Ding! Congratulations on your advancement to the Awakener Initial Stage 1. Talent System activated. As the sound rang out, a large area of talent trees with tree-like structures appeared in front of Zhang Chen. There are relatively few talents at the lower end, and the more you develop upwards, the more types of talents there are. At first glance, it looks densely packed. Please select the direction of your talent evolution. 1. Genetic improvement direction. 2. Energy improvement direction. The above talent direction has been selected. The talent in another direction will be abandoned by default and cannot be changed. Please choose carefully. Direction of genetic improvement. By constantly changing the genetic attributes of the survivors will gain strong physical fitness, good speed, strength and ability to withstand blows. Combined with energy weapons, combat effectiveness will be multiplied. Energy improvement direction. By improving the utilization rate of energy crystal cores, survivors can be wrapped in energy force fields, thereby improving their combat effectiveness. As long as there are enough energy crystal cores, you can show impressive combat effectiveness. Zhang Chen took a quick look at the above content. I basically understand. The direction of genetic improvement is actually equivalent to that of a warrior or assassin, focusing on improving physical fitness and body. The direction of energy improvement is actually equivalent to the root of the mage, and the focus is on increasing the strength of the energy field. This choice, each has its own advantages, it's really hard to choose. Zhang Chen hesitated for a moment. Just when he was a little hesitant and didn't know how to choose. Suddenly, the system popped up a prompt again. Ding! Identified that this survivor has been promoted 2 levels in 2 hours. Activate the hidden reward. Unlock hidden evolution direction. Limited to the few survivors who have surpassed the physical limit within 2 hours from the abnormally strong stage and continuously upgraded to the awakened one. You can choose to keep both talents at the same time. The combat power will be greatly improved, but at the same time, more energy crystal cores will be required for upgrading. Is it possible to choose to evolve in 2 directions at the same time? Whether. At this moment, the prompt box appeared in time. Hidden talents are definitely the best choice. It is recommended that you max out all the talent points. After all, you can only travel the road once. Since even the prompt suggests choosing to evolve in 2 directions at the same time. What is Zhang Chen still hesitating about? Yes. Buzz. A dazzling white light flashed. Zhang Chen was promoted to the initial stage 1 of the Awakener. The talent trees for genetic evolution and energy evolution lit up at the same time. Congratulations on obtaining the genetic evolution talent, strengthening 1-1, your body has become stronger. The self-healing effect is increased by 10 times. It can self-heal minor viral infections, and the strength, speed, reaction and other attributes are increased by 50%. Congratulations on receiving the energy evolution talent, enlightenment 1-1, you are surrounded by pure energy. The damage caused increases by 10%, the damage received decreases by 10%, and the probability of collecting energy cores increases by 20%. Both strengthening and enlightenment are talents that are automatically acquired upon reaching the initial stage 1 of the awakener. That is to say, if the survivor chooses the direction of genetic evolution, then as soon as he is promoted to an awakener, he will gain a strong body with innate abilities. Similarly, survivors who choose the direction of energy evolution will directly gain enlightenment when they are promoted to awakened ones. From here on, every time a survivor levels up, they will gain 2 talent points. Used to upgrade talents. Currently, the talents of strengthening and enlightenment have 1 written behind them. This means that only 1 talent point is needed to activate the talent. Moreover, this talent has been activated and has reached the maximum level, and cannot be upgraded further. Some talents have 0.5 written after them. This means that it has not been activated yet, and after activation it can be upgraded an additional 4 times. It's almost like playing games, easy to understand. Zhang Chen looked at his upgrade conditions again, which read: to advance to the initial second stage of awakening, you must meet the following requirements. 51 8002. If it is a survivor who chooses a normal evolutionary direction to advance, 51 800 will appear here. Because Zhang Chen chose the hidden jewel talent route, the consumption also increased. Pay more energy crystal cores to gain more powerful abilities. Zhang Chen thought it was fair. But now it is much more difficult to upgrade. In addition to killing zombies on a daily basis, I must find some extra income. Zhang Chen looked at the surrounding buildings. Following the instructions, I entered a clean store. This is a small restaurant without any supplies, but it is very clean. You can have lunch here and take a good rest. Zhang Chen took out a large lump of mutated fertilizer and threw it to Erpang, then took out the fried steak and started eating it in big mouthfuls. While eating, he examined his supplies. The most abundant supply I have right now is food. But until we find food that can be regenerated sustainably, these things are still necessary consumables. You must never take it out to exchange for crystal cores casually. And, it's now the 3rd day into the apocalypse. Many survivors are still in hiding. Even if Zhang Chen wanted to exchange food for crystal cores, the other survivors couldn't afford many crystal cores. The most important thing is to solve the problem fundamentally. Suddenly, Zhang Chen's attention was focused on the precise longbow drawing. You can continue selling weapons. The sharpened Tangdao is too powerful to be sold to other survivors. Isn't that equivalent to raising a tiger to cause trouble? This longbow is better. You can kill zombies remotely without them posing any threat to yourself. That's it. I had lunch. Zhang Chen came to the side of the alley. The collected zombie corpses will disappear directly. So now their whole alley is covered with bloodstains. The road is empty, there is nothing. In this alley, a small tree as thick as a bowl is planted every 5 or 6 meters. I'll use you guys as training. Zhang Chen walked to the side of the small tree, and the word, collect, immediately appeared on it. Collection. Ding. Congratulations, you got wood 3. In the storage space, wood exists in the form of long strips of wood. No need to chop, just collect directly. This is convenient. Zhang Chen walked to a thicker tree nearby. Collection. Ding. Congratulations, you got wood 5. Chapter 28. If I don't kill you, who else should I kill? It seems that the amount of wood obtained from harvesting trees is determined by the thickness of the tree. The thicker the tree, the more wood you can collect. Continue. Collection. Ding. Congratulations, you got wood 2. Ding. Congratulations, you have obtained 4 pieces of wood and 1 sprouted branch. Zhang Chen collected trees from the entire alley, obtaining a total of 240 wood and 65 sprouted branches. Sprouting branches can grow into trees when planted in the soil. When the next stage of system suppression is lifted, the non-mutated trees will become a rare resource and must be used well. The prompt suddenly popped up. Originally, Zhang Chen was planning to throw away this sprouting branch. There are trees everywhere, why do we need this thing? But when he saw the prompt, Zhang Chen immediately understood. That means after 30 days, all plants will mutate. These trees might even eat people. If you want to make tools, walls or something like that at that time, it won't work without unmutated trees. Next up is making an accurate longbow. Precise longbow design consumes 10 pieces of wood and 1 energy crystal core to make a precise longbow. Arrow design, consume 1 piece of wood and produce 20 arrows. Ding. You lost 10 pieces of wood and 1 piece of energy core. Ding. Congratulations on obtaining the accurate longbow 1. Ding! You lost 10 pieces of wood and 1 piece of energy core. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining the accurate longbow 1. Ding! You lost 1 piece of wood and 1 piece of energy core. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining the accurate longbow 1. Zhang Chen directly consumed 20 points of energy crystal cores and 200 points of wood to make 20 precise longbows. He first looked at the auction channel. The items above are still very strange, and the prices of things with a little value are shockingly high. Some people even use half a bottle of water in the hope of exchanging it for 10 energy crystal cores. It's just like robbing money. Asking for exorbitant prices has become the norm at auction houses. If we want the market to return to rationality, it will take at least a few more days until everyone has enough supplies. Almost everyone at the auction house has the mentality of exchanging a few crystal cores for a large amount of supplies in order to make a fortune. However, such a market also has its advantages, that is, it is very easy to pick up bargains. There will definitely be people with weak wills who will be fooled by these false quotations, and ultimately let others pick up big bargains. After much thought, Zhang Chen decided to sell the products himself, so that he could understand the real market situation. He opened the chat channel. Do you want an accurate longbow? It comes with 10 arrows. If you need it, please PM me. The quantity is limited and it will be gone once it's sold out. PM me the price yourself. At this time, the survivors were already excited by the video of heavy trucks crushing zombies. They all wanted to kill a few zombies to show off their skills. However, many people still dare not go out even though they have kitchen knives in their hands. After all, it is easy to get injured in close combat, and getting injured means death, so the risk is too high. So after Zhang Chen fired his precise longbow shot, the chat room instantly became lively. Fuck, there are long-range weapons, this is awesome. Automatic aiming of arrows. It can hit the target even if you don't know how to shoot. This is definitely a magical tool. Brothers, we have to go out and kill the zombies. If we stay here, we will die sooner or later. We might as well give it a try. That's right, if you try hard, the bicycle can be turned into a motorcycle. At this moment, a large number of people suddenly appeared in Zhang Chen's private chat interface. Boss, can you lend me your bow and arrows first? I'll exchange them for energy crystal cores after I kill the zombies. Is that okay with you? Little brother, I want a bow and arrow too. See what you want. How about we video chat? I'll listen to your instructions. It's fun. I only have half a sausage, big boss, is that okay? Zhang Chen simply ignored these freeloader survivors. Are you kidding? I spent 10 pieces of wood and 1 energy crystal core to make a weapon, and you want to get it for free? Are you crazy? There are so many survivors, someone will be able to pay the price eventually. Boss, I have 5 energy crystal cores. Can you exchange them? The person who spoke was a man in military uniform, who looked very energetic. His name is Dong Tai-jun. Okay, let's exchange. Zhang Chen nodded. In fact, it's not because the price of 5 energy crystal cores is reasonable. The most important thing is that Zhang Chen saw that this person's fighting ability was not bad. If he had a bow and arrow, he would definitely be able to kill more zombies. Only in this way can we get energy crystal cores to exchange for Zhang Chen's arrows. That's right, Zhang Chen never intended to make money from selling bows and arrows from the very beginning. If you want to get the most out of your money in the long term, you must rely on arrows. This thing is consumable. And without arrows, the bow is useless. Want to continue killing zombies? Then come buy some arrows. This is the correct way to get the wool. Boss, I have a skill book called Primary Eye of Insight. Do you want it? Primary Eye of Insight allows you to intuitively see the opponent's strength level, effective range, 3 levels above and below your own strength range. Being able to clearly see the strength of other survivors is absolutely very important. However, in the early days of the apocalypse, this thing was far less useful than a bow and arrow. This is the strength of zombies, do they still need insight? As for encountering survivors, their strength is also measured by the number of people. The more people there are, the stronger they are. The difference in strength at the beginning cannot make up for the difference in numbers. The best way is to change the bow and arrow steadily and kill more zombies without getting hurt. Sure. Trade. Ding. You lost the accurate longbow and gained the skill Primary Eye of Insight. I have a 10L bucket of purified water. Can you exchange it? 10L bottle of purified water. Zhang Chen clicked on the item. The screen popped up immediately. It's the kind of bottled water that we used to use at home. Being able to take out a 10L bucket of water to exchange for weapons in one breath, this guy must have more than just this bucket of water. Zhang Chen's heart moved, and he replied. I want 10 barrels. Boss, you are too ruthless. 10 barrels won't do. 2 barrels, at most 2 barrels. In fact, this person is also very worried. His name is Li Xiefeng. Zhang Chen guessed correctly, he was trapped here at the water station. There were 15 barrels of purified water piled in the room. I don't worry about the water problem. The key is that he can't sell the water. It's completely in a state of no demand even though it has a price. He did sell a bucket of water once, and initially wanted to exchange it for 50 crystal cores, but no one bought it. He lowered his offer price to 30 crystal cores, but still no one bought it. Even when the price was reduced to 25 crystal cores, still no one was interested. At the auction house, a 500 milliliters bottle of water costs 10 crystal cores. I have 10L, which means I can exchange it for 20 bottles of water. This is already a clearance sale. If it's less than 25 crystal cores, there's really no need to sell it. In fact, Li Xiefeng had no idea that those inflated bids at the auction house had no transaction volume at all. The price he sold it for was not expensive, but the total number of crystal cores he wanted was too high. Who could be so generous as to casually take out 20 or 30 crystal cores? So over the past few days, Li Xiefeng not only failed to sell a single bucket of water, but also lost all his confidence. What he wanted most urgently now was a handy weapon. Because there is a small supermarket opposite the water station, if we can rush over and kill the zombies inside, we will definitely make a lot of money. There are signs of survivors' activities nearby. If I don't take action now and someone else gets there first, I'll be trapped to death along with these dozen buckets of water. Now seeing the bow and arrow with automatic aiming, Li Xiefeng was determined to win. As long as we can get this weapon, any price is worth it. When we get to the supermarket, we can get it back several times or even dozens of times. Only then did he muster up the courage to chat with Zhang Chen privately. Who knew that Zhang Chen would ask for 10 buckets at once? Isn't that robbery? 10 barrels, not one less. Brother, I only have 10 buckets of water, and you're taking them all away at once. How am I going to live in the future? Li Xiefeng also became more cautious and cried poor. It's okay, you think about it first, someone else has made an offer here, we'll talk later. Zhang Chen smiled slightly and thought, if I'm going to gamble, I'll gamble big. Chapter 29. The lion opens his mouth. No, boss, please don't contact him for now, I didn't say no. Li Xiefeng panicked all of a sudden. What if the bow and arrow were taken by other survivors nearby and they rushed into the supermarket first? He would be greedy for small gains and suffer a great loss. 10 barrels. Just 10 barrels. Trade now. Li Xiefeng said hurriedly. Ding. Transaction successful. You lost 10 buckets of water, but gained 1 accurate longbow and 50 arrows. Li Xiefeng was startled. Boss, you gave me 50 arrows. Didn't you say before that you would only give me 10? That's right. I see you're pretty straightforward in making deals. I'll give you 40 more. Don't tell anyone. When the time comes, just help me promote it in the chat channel. Zhang Chen said with a smile. He understands the principle of giving a sweet date after a slap in the face. Sure enough, Li Xiefeng was deeply moved when he heard Zhang Chen say this. I have met a great kind person. I originally felt a little sad about taking out 10 buckets of water in one breath, but now I feel better instantly. He said excitedly. Don't worry, sir. I will definitely promote it for you more. There are so few conscientious sellers like you, thank you. Look. Zhang Chen just stole 10 barrels of purified water from Li Xiefeng, but in the end, the other party had to thank him. Just a small favor. Sure enough, as soon as Li Xiefeng finished his private chat with Zhang Chen, he immediately started to encourage him in the chat channel. Fuck, this accurate longbow is so awesome, 1 arrow kills a zombie, every arrow hits its target. This is a perfect weapon for killing monsters. I feel like I'm about to reach the pinnacle of my life and marry a beautiful, rich woman. A few minutes later, Li Xiefeng also sent out a video. From the first-person perspective, an arrow shot directly through a zombie's head. The scene was extremely bloody. But I have to say, the effect is really obvious. At this moment, many people in the chat channel who were still hesitating whether to buy or not immediately became active. Awesome, bro, this is much safer than using a kitchen knife. Besides, the bow and arrow make no noise and won't attract zombies. It's really great. Damn, you can kill zombies, you have strength, you have a crystal core, what else do you want? Do you still need to marry a beautiful, rich girl? The girl is eager for you to favor her. Just now I saw 6 girls coming over there. Wait for me. I'm going to buy a bow and arrow. Here I come. It's definitely worth getting one, so I can rush into the supermarket across the street. There must be supplies in there. Suddenly, the number of consultations increased dramatically. The screen is flooded with private messages and I can't answer them all. There are also many messages from girls. Basically, all the content is about seeking relationships, seeking a partner, and seeking support. Most of them really don't have the resources to spare, and they don't have the courage to kill zombies. In the end times, even adult men cannot guarantee that they can survive safely. Is there anyone willing to bring along a burden? It is even more impossible to get supplies for free and be supported by others. Brother, I want 10 accurate longbows. Name your price. Suddenly, a piece of news caught Zhang Chen's attention. It was sent by Jing Hao. You want 10. Zhang Chen was slightly surprised. The fact that he could get so many longbows showed that Jing Hao's team had grown stronger, with at least 10 combatants. Secondly, it shows that Jing Hao is confident and must have a lot of resources. Zhang Chen suddenly remembered that this guy said yesterday that he wanted to attack a large supermarket. Could it be that he has succeeded? That's right, you name the price, and if you need materials, if we have them, we can also provide the materials and give you the labor fee. Zheng Hao said. This guy is quite calculating. If he knew the materials, then he could measure the cost of making a bow. So you can bargain. Zhang Chen would never give him this opportunity. Well, tell me a price. What do you want in exchange? For 10 longbows, at least 100 energy cores, 50 units of food, and 50 units of water are needed. In fact, wood is not valuable at present. What is valuable is the energy crystal core. 10 longbows require 10 energy crystal cores. Zhang Chen directly offered a price of 100 pills, which was 10 times the price. Add to that food and water, the profit margin is at least 20 times. Hiss, brother, your price is a bit high. How about this? I'll make a bargain. 80 energy crystal cores. Food and water are in short supply. The auction house has already sold them for sky-high prices. Besides, we have so many people here, and the expenses are high. We don't even have enough for ourselves. Zheng Hao said. 100 energy crystal cores, no less. If you don't have food and water, you can make do with other things. If it's appropriate, I can consider changing it. After all, the cost of making 10 longbows is very high. This is the only long-range weapon on the market. Zhang Chen continued to stick to his bottom line. In fact, 80 crystal cores are also within his acceptable range. Net profit of 70 crystal cores, this wave is not a loss. You will have to sell arrows to earn crystal cores later. But that's how bargaining works. The more you appear to be unwilling to give in, the more you will feel that you are getting a great deal when the other party lowers the price a little. If the other party makes a counter offer, you agree. The other party must feel that he has made a loss. This is how human psychology works. A bit mean. We only have 90 energy crystal cores now. That's good. We'll give you more from other things. Zheng Hao said this and sent a bunch of names of supplies to the private chat channel. Mutated fertilizer 300, clean cloth 120, blood-stained key 23, strange key 1, blood-stained access card 8, toilet paper 12, fresh grapes 20, fresh oranges 7, football helmet 12, diesel generator 2, barreled diesel 200 liters 10, barreled gasoline 159 liters 12, steel 178. This is all the supplies I have, see which ones you can use. Just use as much as you can. I really don't have any extra resources. Brother, just consider it as doing me a favor. When you come to our place in the future, I will give you an official position. Zhang Chen simply ignored the last sentence. In any team of survivors, strength is the only measure of status. Without strength, being an official is just nonsense. Similarly, as long as you are strong enough, your entire camp will have to crawl at my feet. As for these supplies, I want them all except the football helmet, Zhang Chen said lightly.